slap, pop, bit, bat, biggity, 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 spoink. What's up, y'all? We're back. We're live. How's everybody doing on a funky Friday night? Everybody feeling good? We got a super chat that came in even before I got this party started. I might have showed up late, but I'm getting some super chat love even before I get started from Simone herself. She says, Happy Friday, Jake, Ralphie, and everyone. Got Ralphie down here just before he falls asleep. Let's get Ralph to make a Ralph appearance. Let's get Ralph to make an appearance, because Ralphie is the good boy. Ralphie, he's a good pippy doggy. Likes to play with his toys. And he likes to fetch a big old stick. Then he likes to run around with it in his mouth, because he's a good dog. There's Ralpher. Ralphie, you good dogs? Good pippy. All right. Hey. All right. Holden says, What's up, Jake? Happy my first day of summer. Here in California, we've had a pretty mild winter. And so Holden lives in the Central Valley of California, and we don't get snow. It gets a little bit chilly, maybe down into the 40s. That's about it, but no snow. And our winter has been pretty mild. Like during the day, we just basically get 60-degree sunny days. Not even that much rain. So as far as our winter has been concerned, it hasn't been much winter. And it's already starting to feel like spring. So I think Holden is saying it's his first day of summer because he's probably going over to the coast. And the coast of California in Santa Cruz, Monterey area, it basically stays from like now all the way through summer. It stays at about like 70 degrees, give or take. So yeah, it's crazy how the climate works, in certain areas of the country. Anyway, some of you guys are still like shoveling snow off your porch and going outside and your windshield's all frozen over and stuff. Well, not here. People talk a lot of shit about California, but there's some places where you don't see snow at all year. All right. Abundance coming in with a donation said, This one's for Ralphie. We woof you, Ralphie. Oh, that's cute. All right. He'll have to make one last appearance before he falls asleep, because he's already starting to fall asleep on his bed right now. So because you sent a super chat with his name, I'm going to get him up here for one last appearance. All right, Ralph, got one more appearance. Gonna do something cute. Like have your rope chew thingy. Ralphie gonna chew on his rope chew thingy. There, get it, Ralph. Get it. Get this rope. Oh. He gets this rope chew. Oh, you dropped it. You dropped your rope chew toy. Get it. Get it. Get it. Ruff, 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 ruff. Isn't he cute? Cutest beagle in town. All right. One of the reasons I was a bit late was I had to take him for a walk before I started the stream and get him to run a bunch so that he would be tired and leave me alone so that I could stream for like 3 hours without him bothering me the whole time. So that was one of the reasons why I was late today. Had to walk my really cute dog. Speak of the devil, now he wants to play. Thank you, Abundance. I appreciate that. All right. This is the new word now, is adorbs. He's adorbs. Just adorbs. All right. And hello to everybody. We're about to get started. Tonight's stream, I'm going to talk about some Elon Musk stuff, some Trump stuff, got some, and maybe a little comedy after we get through the serious stuff. Then we'll get more to the clown show comedy stuff. There was a debate between scammer gematria tard Zach Hubbard and a guy named Made by Jim Bob. And so last week when I was streaming, I was talking about Zach and exposing him, the scammer shitbag that he is. And he was in a live debate with a guy, Jim Bob. So when I finished up my stream, I checked it out. And gotta say, Jim Bob did make Zach look pretty stupid and called him out several times. And so I think maybe I'll cap off the stream later and show a piece of that debate. But I wanted to start with Elon Musk first, because it seems like Elon Musk has just been absolutely shoved down our throats, up our ass, underneath our armpits, into our belly button, right? You're like picking Elon Musk and lint out of your belly button at this point. Like, how did you get here? Right? Seriously, it used to be that Elon Musk was like on TV in the news like once a week, which is a lot. He's a world stage character, no doubt. But now it's like Elon Musk is like president of the United States too. It's like President A, Trump, and President B, Elon. Have you guys noticed that? And now Elon is like almost on equal footing as Trump. It's like they're almost like Trump's the most popular guy in the whole world, basically. And then Elon now, it's like, and then they paired them together. And you still got people like, they're getting rid of the IRS. Trump and Elon are getting rid of the bad guys. Did you hear that they're going to get rid of all the wasteful spending and give us some of the money? That's how easy it is to trick the nation. Just tell them that there's wasteful spending going on, and we're fixing it right now, and we're going to fix it so good that maybe, just maybe, you might get some of the money. And everyone's like, yay! Give me the money! Right? That's how easy it is. Rose, know what's up. It's never going to happen. Well, even if they do send you out a little measly stimulus check, there's consequences that come attached with that money, right? We're going to lock down the country. We're going to force you to close your business. We're going to force you to prove that you've been smaxinated before you can walk into a grocery store. Oh, but we'll send you $1,000. Good deal? No, fuck that. I don't want any of your crooked money. I'll make my own money. But there's a lot of people out there who are like, well, hey, if the government's giving away any sort of free money, just give it to me. Don't care what you do. Not going to stand up for any of my so-called rights. Not going to push back against the government at all. Just give me the free moolah. Don't care what's attached to it. All right? Right? Yeah. I'm talking to every Trump supporter, basically. And every Biden supporter and Kamala support. Anyone who's ever supported a politician, I'm talking to you, you stupid ass. When you gonna learn? You can't play the right versus left game. You're gonna lose. Here, I don't play the right versus left game. People here, when I talk bad about Trump, they assume I must be part of the left. No, I have videos of me exposing Joe Biden as being replaced by a team of actors and CGI Joe. So that literally makes me not part of the left. In fact, that makes me more of a hardcore truther than any of the fake truthers on the right who still say that Joe Biden is an old guy with dementia who sniffs kids. Joe Biden is the one that made America in deficit. He spent all the money. Joe Biden is the reason why everything's so expensive. Trump's trying to fix it right now. Trump and Elon is fixing what Joe Biden did. They still got tens of millions of people buying into that shit. Just typical righty versus lefty shit. Joe Biden done made problems. Trump and Elon is fixing them problems right now. Suzette answers, I didn't come up with the name Muscolini. I heard it from YouTube, Peggy Hall. The help, I don't know. I accidentally clicked that comment. I meant to click this one. Super chat, which talking about Elon, says, will Elon and Doge look into NASA and SpaceX? Bro, you're reading my mind. You're foreseeing the future of my stream here. You're thinking like I'm thinking, Lincoln. Exactly, right? Are they going to talk about all the money going into NASA and how NASA's bullshit? Oh no, because SpaceX is also bullshit. And you can't have Musk saying that his own space organization is faking space missions, right? Along with NASA, in conjunction, working with NASA to fake space missions and waste a whole buttload of taxpayer money. We ain't going to talk about that. No, it's the lousy Democrats who did all the bad stuff. We're going to fix those problems. Don't talk about the fake space. Yeah. We're going to get there, bro. We're going to get there. There's going to be a moment later on in the stream where I bring up the car in space that everyone forgot about. I didn't forget. But I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to give away too many secrets of what's going to happen later. But I got a fun show tonight. Got a fun show planned tonight. So you're going to want to hit the thumbs up early. So we're going to have lots of fun. Steve 805 SB, thank you, buddy. Speaking of, let's take a look at the quick headlines. Check this out. What is Doge? Here's what to know about the government group. What is Doge dividend check? Will you get $5,000 stimulus check? $5,000? Well, maybe I do want some of that free money. Even if we shut down all the businesses across the country and do a pandemic number 2, you still want that money? Yes, give it to me. I don't care if I have to wear a mask and prove that I've been double, triple, quadruple smaccinated. Give me the money. Right? Federal judge rejects effort to block Doge. What is Doge? What does it do? See, so there's a lot of people asking what it is and what do it do. What is Doge? Oh, get the hell out of here. I think I must have clicked on one that's not even news. This is like a bunch of links or articles or... Where the hell's the article? What a waste of time that was. Here we go. What is Doge? Makes you think of Dogecoin, right? Makes you think of the cryptocurrency. But no, it's the Department of Government Efficiency. Department of Government Efficiency. People are calling it Doge. Makes your mind associate it with the coin. Dogecoin, but it's not the coin. It's the Department of Government Efficiency. See? There it is. So what they're doing, and they're tricking tens of millions of people, hundreds of millions of people, is they're making it out like these two characters on the world stage are dismantling the IRS, putting a stop to wasteful spending. So what they first do is they gaslight the public and they tell you like, oh, under the Biden administration, they spent $66.6 million on a gay Sesame Street parade in Ethiopia. And people are like, what? Biden spent $66 million on a gay Sesame Street parade in Ethiopia? We could have spent that money to fix the economy. We could have spent that money to fix the homeless problem. Right? They just say some shit to gaslight the fuck out of you. Like, oh, the Biden administration spent $50 million teaching everyone in Zimbabwe how to sing Justin Bieber songs in their underwear at a gay pride parade. People are like, they did what? I know. Wasteful spending. We could totally spend that on other stuff. We don't need to be having people in Zimbabwe in their underwear singing Justin Bieber songs on our tax dollars. If they want to do that, they can pay for it themselves. You hear that, Zimbabwe? You don't need our tax dollars if you want to sing Justin Bieber songs in your freaking underwear. We don't care what you do, Zimbabwe. You don't need to be doing it on our tax dollars. Fucking Joe Biden giving our money away for a gay Sesame Street parade. Good thing we have Elon and Trump here to fix all of it, you guys. Elon and Trump are here to fix it with their Doge, Department of Jerking Off Association, whatever it is. And guess what? People are buying it, man. Jake, you don't think that Trump's out there fixing the economy? No, I think they're making shit up and telling you about all this wasteful spending. And then tricking you into thinking that they're correcting it by claiming that so much money will be saved that you might get some of it. Oh, hilarious. You guys, the government is going to govern itself. The government's going to like clean itself up. You guys, the government's fixing itself. The government is cleaning up its own act. Thanks to Trump and Elon. Yeah. All right. Let's watch a video about it. Get everyone into this whole Musk and Trump taking out the IRS. That sounds like a good thing. Like, look at the title of this video, and it sounds like this is a good thing. The IRS is freaking out. The IRS. You know, everyone who works there, everyone associated with it, every single employee, they're all freaking out, man. Trump pushes to give Musk acolyte access, interesting choice of words, to Americans' personal tax data. The IRS is freaking out. Trump pushes to give Musk acolyte access to Americans' personal tax data. Ooh.
Elon Musk's U.S. Doge service is seeking access to a heavily guarded IRS system that includes detailed financial information about every taxpayer, business, and nonprofit in the country, according to 3 people familiar with the activities, sparking alarm within the tax agency. The Washington Post reporting that Doge could get access to what's called the Integrated Data Retrieval System, which enables tax agency employees to access IRS accounts, including personal identification numbers and bank information. That also.
Uh-oh. Bad news for the IRS, you guys. Good news for us. Right? We're all going to be rich in that. The evil IRS is getting what's coming to them because of Orange Man and Elon here to save the day.
Also lets them enter and adjust transaction data, eek, and automatically generate notices, collection documents, and other records. IDRS access is extremely limited. Taxpayers who have had their information wrongfully disclosed or even inspected are entitled by law to monetary damages. The request for DOGE access to the system has raised deep concern within the IRS. According to the Washington Post, the White House is pressuring the IRS to give access to this system to one of Elon Musk's gang of young software engineers, a 25-year-old who...
All right, this is a little dry of a news report here. So let me show you. If I just type in news, then we'll get the latest report. If I just type in the word news. All right. So if I type in news and then IRS, now we get the IRS lays off 6,000 employees. That's the big news today. Oh, now here's National Park Service layoffs. IRS and Defense Department layoffs. That's the big news. IRS employee fired by Musk's Doge speaks out. Thousands of IRS employees expected to be fired by Trump administration this week. Let's watch just a little bit of that one.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. We are officially 1 month into the new administration, and President Trump is continuing with his efforts to reshape the federal government. He signed another executive order Wednesday, this one aimed at the, quote, reduction of the federal bureaucracy. It will abolish federal advisory committees, including one that advises the health department on long COVID, and a council that advises on regulating consumer prices. It's one of at least 73 executive orders penned by the president so far, including 16 on foreign policy, 10 on diversity, equity, and inclusion, 7 on immigration, and 13 on the federal government. Cutting down the federal workforce has also been a defining part of President Trump's first month back in the White House. CBS News has learned more than 6,000 IRS employees are expected to be fired by the end of the week.
Got to get their 3 and their 6 in there somehow, right? Got to figure out a way to get their 6 and their 6 in there. Now, of course, some people will say, oh, that's just coinky-dink. You're just nitpicking. No, I'm not really a guy that goes out of my way to like try and pick out the numbers in every scenario. But if it's there, like right in my face in certain scenarios, then I will point it out. But I like to let all the other evidence speak for itself. So what they got going on here is they make it look like Trump is emptying the swamp in the IRS, cleaning out the IRS. So if you're a Trump supporter, you might think that this is somehow a good thing, that he's getting rid of bad people and going to save a bunch of money. But if you look at the other side of the coin and you think, okay, we keep hearing about AI taking people's jobs, right? AI going to take everyone's job, right? It seems the IRS could be automated with use of AI, and they could have, this big computer system do a much more efficient job of keeping track of every little dollar. And then, this fancy AI run computer system, way better than the IRS with all its thousands of employees. No, this new AI system, it'll just take the taxes right on out of your bank account. You don't have to worry about filing. They're just going to go ahead and snap it right out of there. They know how much that you owe. No more of writing off all that different stuff, like before. Nope. The new AI system, it will decide what gets to be written off and all that stuff. Yeah, you won't be able to cheat on your taxes because the new system run by computers and AI, it'll just calculate all that up. It knows. Now we don't have to worry about all the humans and the human error. You know, we're going to save billions. People are talking about how AI is a bad thing. Let me tell you something. AI is what is going to make this country great again. We're going to do away with the IRS. We're going to implement a new system run by AI, powered by Trumptricity. It's going to be leaner, greener, meaner, far superior than the old, crusty, dusty internal revenue system. We're getting rid of the IRS like we're getting rid of Joe Biden, throwing him out into the cold. We're going to bring in, right? You bring in the new form of taxation, and now it's twice as strict, 10 times as strict, right? Now the AI just like takes it from you come tax time, right? Oh, and Rose, send me a tester text to make sure that your texts are coming through. And if I miss any super chats, because sometimes I do that, let me know, please. All right, so they make it look like they're getting rid of all these employees, and that's a good thing to save money. And so, if you're a Trump supporter, by default, you have to look at these moves as good moves. I think I just got Rose's text. Yep. Okay. So what they do is they trick all the Trump supporters into automatically supporting all the moves that Trump makes, pretty much. And this is one of them. It's from out. If you just glance at it, it seems like this is a good thing. But then when you really think about, like, well, what's it going to be replaced with? Oh, well, yeah, something 10 times worse.
Including 3,500 from the Small Business Self-Employed Division. CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cortez joins me now. Nancy, 1 month, 73 executive orders, more than 100 executive actions. Is this a new record? And is it safe to say we have a clear picture of the president's plans over the next 4 years?
It's definitely a new record, and it's an indication of how quickly this administration plans to move now that President Trump is back in office. And it's a striking change, Lindsay, from his first term when he and many of his aides were learning the ropes. And frankly, many of his aides were trying to hold him back from some.
You know what would be cool, you guys? I was just thinking, I haven't seen Trump fire anyone in a long time. And that used to be like a huge part of his character on The Apprentice, when he would fire the person on his show. You know, all the different participants trying to be his number one butt plug apprentice, right? And then the big crescendo of each show, the grand finale at the end, would be when he would fire somebody. I think that's what would happen. I honestly never watched that stupid show. But anyway, so I was just thinking, when it was talking about 6,000 people being fired, it would have been really cool if it would have had Trump like firing lots of different people, and like show some footage of Trump out firing the IRS employees personally. I wanted to personally come here and fire you face to face because I am the most honorable, greatest president that there ever was. And I used to be the host of a show called The Apprentice. It was a really incredible show, quite fantastic. And I long for the days to fire people in person like I used to. So here I am. You're fired. So pack up your things and please leave right now. All right, where's the next one? Lisa, I need you to come over here for a minute. I've got something to tell you. Lisa, you're fired. All right, where's the next one? Jesus, come over here. I know you think that you might know what I'm going to say before I'm going to say it, but let me tell you something. You're wrong, and you're fired. All right? You thought you saw that coming? You didn't. Get out of here. All right. Where's the next one? Where's the next? We've only got 5,997 left to go. All right, we're just getting started. Thank you, Brandon Stone, for the super chat donation. I want to see Trump fire all 6,000 people personally. I would actually probably maybe become a Trump supporter if I saw him personally fire all 6,000 people. But he won't do that, so I guess I just can't support him. All right. I think I got a few laughs out of that. That was something I just thought of on the spot when I was staring at the number on the screen, 6,000, expected to be fired. And then I thought in my head, you fired. And then that's what prompted that whole bit. I was like, oh, yeah. What if he actually like lined up 6,000 people and like went down in a row, one after the other? All right. We've been at this all day. We really need to speed things up, so I'm going to do it machine gun style. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. All right, that's 10 of you. On to the next. You're fired. All right, next. Fired. Fired. You're 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 fired. All right, you're fired. You're fired. You're fired. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. I might have to have one of my replacement imposters finish the firing for me.
Some of the things that he wanted to do. That is not the case this time around. And you pointed out the job cuts across the federal government. They are moving ahead with full force on those, particularly when it comes to the IRS. We are told that they are cognizant of the fact that we are in tax filing season right now. And so their first rounds of cuts primarily affect people who work in enforcement in the small business branch in particular. So they say it won't necessarily have much of an impact on people who are trying to file their taxes right now.
What does enforcement mean? Like audits?
Correct. So if you don't pay your taxes, if you underpay your taxes, if you lie or cheat on your taxes, that's when enforcement might be in order. And it's important in the small business section in particular, because that's often where they find tax underpayment at higher rates than.
Yeah, more people, more now than ever, are like, you know what? I don't feel like paying my taxes. Yeah, believe it or not, there's more distrust in the government than ever before. And, your debt can get out of control if, let's say, you like work for yourself, you make a good bit of money, but then your money gets tied up in your business and your, living situation, whatever. You might not have, come tax time, a third of that money that you made ready to pony up and give it away. So, it causes people to want to lie and fudge the numbers. And then there's some people that are like, you know what? You guys are using all that money to have gay Sesame Street parades in Ethiopia. So I'm not sending you any of my money, right? Joe Biden done spent $66 million on a gay Sesame Street parade in Ethiopia. I ain't sending you motherfuckers any of my money, right? Shunter Thompson says, is Musk gonna audit NASA's $85 million a day budget? And what's NASA even gonna do when SpaceX exists? Yeah, I was talking about that a bit earlier, and I'm gonna get to that. I have a moment later on where I'm going to show Elon Musk's car in space. Remember that? It's been like several years. People have forgotten, but I have not forgotten. So we're going to talk about how Elon Musk, sent a Tesla to outer space. And, Trump never told us it was fake. Elon still claims that was real. And we're all just going to let that slide? Huh. Not me. Not on my watch. I didn't let it slide then. Not going to let it slide now. So, yes, Shunter Thompson, me and you are on the same wavelength. How in the fuck is spending money on fake space missions okay? But you going to act like you cleaning up the government and getting rid of some IRS employees? Get the freaking flying fucking fart out of here. Thanks, Shunter. I appreciate that, homie G, bro. You got Miss Cleo. Call me now if you want to know your free reading. You guys remember Mrs. Cleo? This is her. Just kidding. It might be Mr. Cleo, for all I know. Call me now. Get your free reading. What? Is that Cleo or is it Mag? Let me tell you something, people. You need to call me right now if you want to get your free reading. You need to wake the fuck up right now. Mrs. Cleo was a man. All right. Sorry. The name Cleo just made me go off there. It's not a name I see very often. All right. Cleo. All right. So we got the whole layoffs shit. That's like mostly what's in the news. If you look up the news today, it was dominated by Doge and Elon and Trump, right? So the government is making it look like the government is dismantling the IRS in order to save money so that they can fix the economy and give some of that money back to the people. Because, you know, that's what government does. It makes itself better and it enriches its citizens' lives. Okay. Not going to hold my breath waiting for that. What else do we got here? I wrote down some notes so I wouldn't forget. They've done a masterful job of duping the public into thinking that the last administration was the one that did all the bad stuff and the wasteful spending. Meanwhile, this current administration are the good guys who aren't wasting any money. And in fact, they're getting down to the bottom of all the wasteful spending and correcting it. And they've actually duped tons of millions of Trumpers into believing that right now they're fixing all the wasteful spending problem. Meanwhile, like we just mentioned, space is still fake. They're still taking our money for fake space missions. They don't seem to be talking about doing away with fake space. In fact, last I heard, Elon wants to take down the space station early. He says there's no use for it anymore. And let's go to Mars! That's what I heard, is that Elon wants to get rid of the space station because it's old and crusty and dusty. Nobody cares about it anymore. It's not useful. And instead, let's spend that money on going to Mars. Bitches. We can't go back to the moon, but we can probably go farther to Mars. And you know what? Trumpers are going to go along with that. So if you're a supporter of Trump, you also have to support the notion that space is real. So what, you also believe in the moon landing? Oh no, Jake, I support Trump, but I don't believe in the moon landing. Oh, but you believe that Elon Musk's space agency does all legit space travel. Oh, no, I didn't say that. Well, then how come Trump doesn't tell us about how Elon Musk is doing fake space missions? Yeah, exactly. See how easy it is to defeat a Trumper? That's Trump logic defeated that fast. Why doesn't Trump tell us that Elon Musk is faking space missions? Yeah, then you have to agree that those space missions are real. See how quick you can defeat that shit? So easy. Steve Super Chat. It looks like I missed the Steve Super Chat. going back to get your super chat, Steve. There's Cleo super chat. There's Steve's super chat. My bad, Steve. Got Rose here hooking it up, letting me know if I miss a super chat. Steve 805 SB says being taxed for working makes so much sense. Yeah, dude, it's like everything keeps getting more expensive at like a pretty crazy fast rate right now, right? So like if everything is like inflating to the point where like you're barely scraping by, well then yeah, come tax season, if you just don't have the money for Uncle Sam, what are you supposed to do? Become home, send them your last bit of money and become homeless? Put yourself in poverty so that Uncle Sam gets theirs? I mean, if push comes to shove, if it's like, okay, I can have groceries and my kids can eat, or I can pay my taxes. They're putting people into that sort of territory now, right? So I'm not going to advocate that nobody pay up their shit. But I think if, you know, hundreds of millions of people all decided that this tax season, they just don't feel like it no more, well, that would send a big message to them. You'd see the wheels start turning real quick. It can hit people hardest who have a business of their own that does well. You know, like if you like, let's say, made $100,000, but they didn't take any of your taxes out. Now you got to send like 30 G's of your own money to the government. Like, oh, and then you got to try and find all this shit to try and write off and knock it down. And even after you do that, you're still like, fuck, dude, I can't send 10 or 15 G's to the government all in one shot like that. So even if you make a good bit of money, right, the government wanting their cut, like if they haven't already taken it out of your check and then them wanting it all at once, yeah, sometimes that money's tied up in your business and your family and surviving and shit. So even if you did well, you still don't have 10, 15 G's to just fork over to them all at once. And they're like, oh, well, if you don't have it, the next year it's going to be 50. The year after it's going to be 100. Then before you know it, that's when they're like, oh, yeah, you owe $500,000 because you didn't pay us 30 G's 6-7 years ago. And now it's compacted and now you owe us $500,000. Right? And then you're like, oh, well, here, let me just get this gun. All right. So have you noticed they're pushing Elon like every day now? So now you get Trump and Elon basically every day being pushed. Here, let me show you a clip here.
And Elon Musk drive to slash the federal now and President Trump and Elon Musk drive to slash the federal government.
President Trump and Elon Musk. You guys, Elon Musk is president number 2. So it goes like this. It goes, Trump is head honcho. Slightly under Trump, ever so slightly, is Elon Musk. And then the vice president, whatever his name is, whoever the fuck, whatchamacallit. Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, Elon Musk is more powerful than the vice president. Now, in my book, they're all puppets and none of them have any real power. But still, they're making it look to the public. They're presenting it to the public as if Elon is president number 2, ahead of the vice president. That's what they are doing to the public. They're tricking the public into thinking that Elon Musk has equal footing as Trump at this point. And people are buying it. They are shoving Elon Musk down our throats, up our ass, into our belly button crevice, in between our armpits. They want Elon Musk to be in our thoughts every day, right? Just like they want Trump to be in our thoughts every day. So you got to think Trump's like the most famous dude in the world. Elon is almost right there, second most famous guy in the world now. And they stick them together in the same sentence over and over and over and over again. And now those guys are what? BFFs forever? They're butt fucking Fruit Loop friends now forever. Shady Davy D, so get the likes up. Get the likes up. Yeah, get the likes up. Shady D with the super chat. Get the likes up. Got Eric Ramos sending a super sticker. And you know what's quicker if you get the likes up. Gotta get the likes up. What? Get the likes up. Hit the thumbs up. Bitch, you know what's up. Gotta get the likes up. Gotta get the likes up. I like when you hit that like button, yo. I just made that up just now for you guys. Why? Because I'm a weirdo and I felt like it. All right.
Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott has a story on Rachel. IRS and Pentagon now preparing for cuts.
Yeah, George, good morning to you. Every day seems to be a new agency. So this morning, sources tell us that thousands over at the IRS are now bracing for layoffs right ahead of a busy tax season. And it comes as the Pentagon is eyeing sweeping budget cuts.
Overnight in Miami, President Trump praising billionaire Elon Musk and his efforts to slash the federal workforce.
Trump praises Elon Musk. Elon Musk praises Trump. Both Elon and Trump went on Joe Rogan, where Joe Rogan praised both Elon and Trump. They make sure that the majority of America associates these two as being best buddies, and they want the majority of America to support these two guys. That's kind of their plan right now, is to make you think that America's in like a Renaissance era, a rebuilding era, and we're on our way to making things better, making things great again. But you got to get there with Trump and Elon being best bud teammates. That's how we're going to get there. You got to have Elon with his genius plan and Trump there to praise his plan, right? President 1 and President 2. And they talk about how this will be the last president election. Trump said that. This will be the last election. We're going to get rid of that. What if they got rid of it and then it was just Trump and Elon from now on? Well, we know Trumpers would like that. So you could effectively get the majority of people, right, who voted and support Trump. If he was to say, I'm not leaving office, I'm president forever, and Elon Musk is president too forever until we die. And then once one of us die, then my son will then take over as president. Right? You know that most of Americans would be like, okay, that means we win. That means that the evil Democrats will never get to be president. That means we win, right? So Trumpers would support Trump being president until he died and then his son taking over, because that would mean that evil Democrats don't win. See? So the left-right paradigm is so incredibly powerful, and they've duped so many people with it, that if you gave them the choice of Trump as president until he dies and then his son takes over, or you get to vote and maybe you end up with an evil Democrat, people would be like, oh, give me the Trump until he dies thing. Give me King Trump. And then his son takes over. Oh, yes. Yeah, of course. So Trumpers would take King Trump if given that choice like that. That's how far gone we are. You don't see anyone talking about that, right? Like if he actually did just stay in office as president, not that many people would be outraged in our country except for them lefty liberal Democrats, right? So naturally, the lefty liberal Democrats would want to riot and pillage. And then all of the Trumpers would be like, I don't know what their problem is. King Trump being president until he dies is a good thing. Now we don't have to worry about no Democrat coming in and messing up all the good stuff that he done did. They got these people in the right-left paradigm so bad. No matter what I do or say, I cannot fix this shit. I can only point at it and make fun of how ridiculous the whole thing is.
He's a very serious person. And he's a very high IQ people. You know, I like high IQ people.
The administration showing no signs of slowing down. At the IRS, sources say more than 6,000 probationary workers across the country are expected to be laid off beginning today, right as tax season gets underway. And at the Pentagon, sources tell ABC News Secretary Pete Hegseth is preparing to fire or remove a series of top generals and senior officials, a list of their names already circulating among Republicans on Capitol Hill. The big question doesn't include the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, C.Q. Brown. Hegseth once said Brown had to go, but on the secretary's first day in charge, he held back.
Here's one over here. See, they're promoting me They're promoting me more propaganda because I just clicked on that one. Now they're promoting me more. See?
Well, boo-hoo, it's been a bad day to be a bureaucrat. The IRS just fired over 6,000.
Somebody tell me what you see. Somebody tell me what you see. First thing you see. Who can spot it? Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. Come on. I know somebody sees it. Somebody sees it. Yeah. Yeah. Clear as day out of all the pictures. Oh, it's just a coincidence. Lots of people stand and put their hands like that. It's just a big quinky dink that he just happens to be like the second most popular guy in the world, who's BFFs forever with the first most popular guy in the world.
Employees as part of President Trump's government downsizing spree. A tearful IRS executive broke the news to staffers, but for Americans who've been drowning in red tape and audits, it's called accountability. And if you think this ends with the IRS, think again. Everything is on the table. Elon Musk says.
See, look, President 1, President 2. Who's the vice president? Oh, who the fuck cares? Elon Musk is president 2. Do you guys know if Trump dies, Elon Musk takes over? That's a fact. Look it up.
Even the Federal Reserve better ready its books. Listen.
Are you thinking about auditing the Federal Reserve as well, which is obviously
yeah, sure.
Regulates our economy? Are you thinking about auditing the Federal Reserve as well, which is obviously
yeah, sure.
Regulates our economy?
Well, Doge may also want to take a look at the Interior Department. The cafeteria, well, that hasn't opened in 5 years because the building is a ghost town. Who can complain about shrinking the government when attendance is actually optional?
Federal cafeteria vacant for years under Biden. Joe Biden's a delusional old child sniffing man, and he done ruined this country. He done spent $66 million on a gay Sesame Street pride parade in Ethiopia. He done let the federal cafeteria sit vacant for years. Joe Biden is the one that ruined everything. And right now, Trump and Elon fixing every fucking thing, making America fucking great. MAGA, bitches. MAGA.
Well, the left actually can. Listen to Texas Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett's comments on the proposed Doge dividend.
We are not in the business of giving out money. And honestly, I don't know what $5,000 will do for you.
Well, she's all for handouts when it suits her agenda, but
$5,000 will do for you.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what $5,000 would do for you. Dude, everybody would want a free $5,000, but waving that around in our face, it's just to get people to go along with this new regime and support the new regime. And it's the same as the old regime. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Remember when the old boss, sent us out some money, some hush money, and new boss going to send you out some hush money, right? Didn't Bush start that business of like sending out free money to stimulate the economy, right? People started disliking Bush, so he's like, I'm going to stimulate the economy. I'm going to send everyone a stimulus, and it's going to stimulate things. Right? So now it's like they think they're just going to buy you out, right? They're going to buy your happiness. They're going to buy your support. And they know exactly how much it costs. About $5,000. That'll do it.
Well, she's all for handouts when it suits her agenda. But Jackie, it just shows how completely departed from American reality Congress people are. I mean, first of all, $5,000 is a lot of money, and it'd be a wonderful bonus. Secondly, it's our money. It's not hers to give away.
Yeah, and what's amazing to me is that, people...
It's our money! Joe Biden took my money! Give me my money, Joe Biden! Joe Biden is an old delusional man with dementia, and he done tricked everyone, and he done stole the election, and he done ruined the economy. And right now, Trump and Elon are fixing everything. And guess what? We're going to get $5,000. Gonna get $5,000. We're going to get $5,000. We're going to get $5,000. When I get my check, I'm going to go throw a party. And everybody is invited with my $5,000 check. Gonna throw a party. What? I don't know where I was going with that. I guess that's how some people feel, right? I don't know. What did I write down that I wanted to go over? Oh, yeah. The best part of the whole stream. President Trump and Elon Musk. What? President Trump and Elon Musk. Who? Here, I'm going to pull up this one thing on screen, and then I'm going to destroy President Trump and Elon Musk at the same time. And I'm going to destroy anyone who supports them. And I'm going to destroy anyone who supports the globe Earth theory. All at the same freaking time. Right? Freaking now. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's party. Hey, do you guys remember this? Who remembers this? Yeah, a lot of people got shit inside their brain and inside their ears and covering their eyes. Maybe they don't fucking remember, but I do. Hey, Trump nut lickers. I know there's always a few in here. Hey, you Trump taint lickers. Why didn't your boy come out and tell us when Elon Musk sent his car to space that the whole thing was fucking fake? You know, SpaceX works hand in hand with NASA. NASA takes our money to fraudulently go to fake space. So if you support Trump, you support the stealing of taxpayer money to fake space missions and trick people. So any Trumpers here want to speak up for yourself? Any Elon Musk fans want to speak up for yourself? What the fuck's up with this? Well, you know, It looks so fake. That's how you know it's real. That's where we got that quote from. It looks so fake that's how you know it's real. Where was Trump to call him out? Oh, he doesn't do that. Trump doesn't call out fake space missions. Trump doesn't call out outer space being fake. No, that's something that us real truthers do, but politicians don't ever do. Politicians get treated like the second coming of Jesus. You know, Trump gets treated like the fucking second coming of Jesus by his supporters. Yeah, ask him a simple question like, hey, how come he doesn't expose that outer space is fake and that NASA's been faking it and faked the moon landing and that the International Space Station's fake and that SpaceX is fake? How come he didn't expose any of that? Oh, well, Trump can't do that. He's not allowed to talk about that, Jake. People would think he's crazy and then not vote for him. Oh, so he's not allowed to tell us the truth about stuff. Is that it? Exactly, Jake. Trump's a good guy fighting the bad guys, but he's not allowed to talk about truth and tell us anything. No offense, I'm sensing flat earth vibes. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, the earth isn't a globe. And they lied to you about it. Laugh your ass off. In fact, I can show it to you right here in this fucking fake space shot. Okay, so the earth is being lit up by what? The sun? So if it's lighting up the earth right here, the sun, how come you don't see any of the sun glare anywhere on the car? The car's all dark. No sun glare in the window. No sun glare in the visor. But the earth is lit up by the sun, right? It's all lit up by the sun, yet the car's not lit up. Oh, but it's lit up just enough to where we can see it, but we don't see any of the sun glare. Yeah, okay. Let's continue. Oh, look, it's one of those shots where everything is ocean. Everything is ocean. No land masses. Hey, wait a minute. Those storms aren't moving. Those cloud formations aren't moving. I can literally watch the clouds move standing here on the ground. So if I was over the fucking top of them in a car looking down on the entire earth, I should see the clouds moving. This guy's got flat earth vibes. Yeah, it's because the earth is flat, dipshit. Steve 805 said, "Is that stupid astronaut stuck in space storyline still going on?" I think it is. Oh yeah, I lost track of whether that was going on or not. But guys, I was one of the few people online, right, to call this out and say it was fake back when it happened. But guess what? I was inundated with comments of people calling me a flat earth retard. I tell people, yeah, that's not really a car in outer space. This is a joke. A car in outer space. I mean, get real. Okay, is this the top of the globe or the bottom of the globe? What part of the globe is that? And again, why is the globe lit up right here, but the car's in darkness? How you gonna light up that part of the globe unless the sun is fucking shining on it? And if the sun's shining on it, then it should be shining on the car. And again, what part of the globe is that? Ocean world Where's Antarctica? Where's the frozen part? Where's the ice? Huh? Where's the ice, man? Dude. Why aren't the storms moving? Yeah. So easy to call the flat earther stupid because the term flat earther has been dragged through the mud by the government themselves and their fucking agents who pretend to be flat earthers. But when you talk to a real one, you know, like me, I can disassemble the fucking globe that quick. Like I just did. You'd have to be a dumb fuck to try and stick up for that car on the screen in front of that fake globe Earth. I've been doing this a long time. People say, you should stick to football. Yeah, I started this channel by talking about how the Earth isn't a globe. So when football season ends, I'm going to go back to talking about it again. So here it is, y'all. The biggest conspiracy, in my opinion, of your life. Like, this place ain't what they told you it was. And the two most popular guys in the world ain't coming out and telling you the truth about it. Still maintaining this same lie. Anthony Clay said Trump would never lie about the space program. I'm glad you included the laughing emoji so that I know you're kidding. Because there's Trumpers who literally will follow anything that he says. They support anything that he does. They think that, you know, him firing IRS employees is going to be great for the economy and you're going to get $5,000 and it's the most amazing thing ever. But if you tell them, hey, remember when he promoted the smaccination? Oh, they forgot about that. Hey, how come he promotes a guy who like faked space missions? Oh, well, they don't care about that. They don't remember. Don't remember none of this. Yeah, back when I used to expose stuff like this, I would get thousands of comments just calling me stupid, retard. You're fucking dumb. You know, Y-O-U-R, dumb. Yep. Yeah, look, Waterworld, you guys. Waterworld. It's that side of the globe where there's no continents. Just so happened to be that side. Oh, and it was one of those days where the clouds stayed still and didn't move. It was one of those days. All right. And of course, that brought about the famous quote from Elon. Let me go pull it up just in case anyone missed it. All right. Here we go. All right. Let's pull up this famous quote from Elon right after he launched his Tesla into space.
What was going through your mind? How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman just cruising along with the Blue Planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Was going through your mind, and with the how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible.
I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. I forgot that he said that. It looks ridiculous and impossible, you guys.
And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. People forgot that he said this. It's like this has been wiped from their minds, just like it's been wiped from their minds that Trump promoted the jib jab.
How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman just cruising along with the Blue Planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible.
Let's just start there. I make a video saying it's fucking ridiculous and impossible. And I get tens of thousands of people calling me stupid and retard for pointing out that it's ridiculous and impossible. I just didn't add the part where it looks so fake that you know it's real. So therefore, that's what makes me so stupid, right? I agree with Elon that it looks ridiculous and impossible. Me and Elon agree. But he says it looks so fake that you know it's real. I think it just looks so fake, so I know it's fake. That's where we disagree. It looks so fucking retardedly, ridiculously fake that I know it is fake. Whereas he thinks it's so ridiculous and looks so fake that it's real. That's where we differ. And that's where tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people differ with me. I'm the stupid, retarded one who thinks the earth is flat and think that the car in space looks fake and is fake. Whereas all you awesome globe-believing smart geniuses, you think the car looks fake because it's real. So, in order to be a Trump supporter, you have to believe in fake outer space because he's friends with Elon, and Elon goes to fake outer space. So Trump supporters, therefore, must also be believers in fake outer space, and therefore believers in fake outer space missions. If you don't believe in fake outer space missions or fake outer space, and you support Trump, now you have to explain why Trump doesn't come out and tell us that Elon's not really going to space and that he's faking it, and why he's friends with a guy who's faking space right now. Why doesn't Elon come out and admit to us that he never went to space and that to save billions of dollars, he's going to shut down his fake space agency? Why doesn't he do that? Well, there's a real threat to your democracy, and if we let the Democrats take over the voting rights in some of these states, it will essentially be the end of your democracy as we know it. And simply is something that we cannot let happen. Right? Remember that? When he talked about how we can't let those Democrats take control of those swing states. It'll be the end of democracy as we know it. So everyone did the right thing and voted in the orange man. And now you get Elon Musk as president number 2. Fucking clown show world order, right? Clown world order in its finest. Oh, guys, look, we have a dumb fuck in the audience who doesn't belong here. Didn't some flat earther go to Antarctica or some shit and filmed the sun for 24 straight hours and it proved the earth isn't flat? LMFAOOO. Yeah, I did like, I don't know, 10 different streams on that. The fake flat earther who was pretending to be a flat earther is a government agent who wanted to measure my penis. The guy you're talking about wanted to measure my penis and is a government agent who pretended to be a flat earther. When I told him I'm not going to let him measure my penis and I'm not going to participate in any penis measuring contest, he tried to file a false restraining order against me. Yeah, that's the guy who, you know, went to Antarctica with a pastor who says it's morally okay to lie. A pastor who decides to pay for a random flat earther who he chooses, who just so happens to be the guy that wanted to measure my penis. Yeah, those guys go to Antarctica, see a 24-hour sun, which doesn't prove that the earth curves. And then they came back and they were like, oh, earth can't be flat because shillbag fucking government agent Jaron saw the sun do something I said it was going to do. Yeah, I said he was going to see the sun do a 360. It doesn't make the earth start curving. It doesn't make earth a globe. In fact, I have a video on my channel explaining exactly how the sun works on a flat earth. So you're talking to the wrong guy, Ryan, dumb shit. Get lost. Yeah. I bet you didn't know any of that, what I just told you. Why don't you go laugh your fucking ass off about that? Why don't you roll around on the ground laughing your titty freaking ass off? All of you guys with your caps acting like you laugh your ass off over every little thing you say. Get fucked. None of what you say is funny. All you guys out there, laugh my freaking ass off. There was a guy, I think he went to some place or somewhere, Antarctica maybe, I don't know, and he saw the sun. Flat Earth got debunked. Laugh my freaking titties off all day long till my schlong falls off. Like, what is that? Like some fucking tard who watches like a Simon Dan's channel or something, and then he just showed up here randomly? What in the fuck? Who are these people, and how did they end up in my audience? I did like 10 different streams about that. The Final Experiment, Will Duffy, their backgrounds, Jaron, my whole history with Jaron. Showed you guys the sunrise, sunset angles. Showed you how the circular path over the flat earth that was being presented by all the shills was wrong. Showed you a list of all the different shills and characters who are actors, pretenders. Yeah. It's the most guarded subject in the world, that this place ain't a globe. So they spend money and hire agents who pretend to be flat earthers and throw the subject under the bus in a scripted, controlled fashion. Then there's guys like me who are legit, who tell the real truth and point out the fucking government agents. And at the same time, try and school dipshits like that last guy who obviously doesn't know his asshole from a hole in the ground. So how the fuck is anybody here going to still believe in a globe when you got a fake globe on the screen and a fake car in fake space? What, you believe in a different real globe besides this one? What, you going to say that that one's fake? Or are you going to say that that one's real? Anyone here still believe in the globe? Well, then you got to what? Think that that one on screen is legit? I'll take it apart right now in front of you. Anyone want to defend that globe on the screen? I already took it apart. I'll just do it again. Yeah. Yeah, I get one or two of the football fanboys each week who are like, oh, stick to football, man. And that's how quickly they get banned. Tell me to stick to football. You get banned from my channel, and I never, ever see your comments ever again. All right, so Elon Musk, Trump's best butt fucking buddy forever. And Trump doesn't mind that he goes to fake space and dupes the public. And SpaceX and NASA, they work hand in hand. NASA takes our money by the millions every single day, like 80 million a day or whatever it is, right? But they're not going to cut that money. No, they're going to cut the other money, the other wasteful spending done by Joe Biden and the bad guys. We're going to cut that money out. We're going to give you some of that money that Joe Biden and the bad guys wastefully spent. All right, what else do I want to show y'all? Oh, yeah. Here's something I wrote down. So now I got video clips of Trump promoting the jab multiple times, Trump promoting the booster, Trump touching the wall in Israel while wearing a tiny hat, right? And then I got Elon Musk lying about the fake space missions, sending a fake car to space. So I got proof both these guys are pieces of shit, not on the side of the American people. Definitely not good guys. That's for damn sure. So I got the video proof. I can show it to anyone. You guys have already seen it. It's out there to be seen by anyone. Elon Musk, the figurehead, front man of a fake space organization, fakes outer space missions, dupes the public into believing that those fake space missions are real. Simple as that. That makes him a no good lying piece of shit. Trump doesn't tell us that that's fake. Makes him a no good lying piece of shit too for going along with it. Oh, and then we got Trump promoting the VAXX. That's like the worst of all, right? But Trump nutlickers, they don't care. They give him a pass for that. As long as you quit the wasteful spending on the gay Sesame Street parade in Ethiopia, we'll give him a pass for promoting the jab. Funny how that works, huh? Well, Jake, you must be some lefty liberal commie out there. No, I made a song called Fuck Joe Biden. I made another song called Joe Biden Likes to Touch Little Children. And I exposed that Joe Biden got replaced by imposter actors. So therefore, not part of the left or the liberals. So whenever I take a dump all over Trump and somebody tries to accuse me of being for the left in any way, shape, or form, go fuck yourself with that. That's all I got to say. All right. I found an amusing clip by Kid Croc. We'll watch that real quick.
On the bringing people together part. I mean, you have a song called My Kind of Country. My Kind of Country has room for Trump and a JFK. That's the first line, right?
Had I known, it would have said RFK.
Had he known that I do, in fact, support vaccines, then he would have put me into his song. And I really would have appreciated that because I personally am a big fan of Bob's music.
Is that the last Democrat you liked?
No, I mean, my whole business is Democrats. I mean, so to speak. Not my whole business. You know, I live in Nashville now, but that's the world I've operated for years and years. I mean, half my band's, you know, liberal, or gay, or black, or this. Like, you know, it's like we have one of the most diverse bands out there, not because of any of this DI shit, just because they're the best at what they do, and we all love each other and get along.
What that basically means is, yeah, he used to be a white guy who was trying to be the next Vanilla Ice, and then when that didn't work, then he basically tried to be like a cross between like Limp Bizkit and Rage Against the Machine, who also rapped, and then that did work. And then when record sales started to fall off for that new metal sound, then he switched over to country and tried to leech off the country fans. And that worked out for him. So basically, he just tries to follow the money. And so he doesn't care who it is that he's making music for or entertaining or what type of music he has to make in order to get it. As long as he can follow that money and follow that crowd, follow the trend, that's what he's going to do. So Kid Rock's whole persona being a Trump taint licker, it's fake. If he could have made just as much money or more doing the opposite and sticking with that, then he would have done that. All right. Ray B with a donation said, keep spitting truth, Jake. Hey, you know that's what I do. Literally what I do for a living. Ain't gonna stop until I drop. And then I got one from Grand Barbu. No message attached, but just a super chat. Thank you, Grand Barbu. The grandest barbu of them all. I know Rose just texted me saying I missed some super chats, so I'm going back right now, making sure I catch up on all those super chats that I may have missed. I think I caught up on all of them. All right. I think I'm caught up. I hope. Yep, Rose says 2 super chats. I think I got them. Okay. Steve 805 SB says, you going to do a show in March for 5-year anniversary of Rona BS, Jake? My jaw is still on the floor that they pulled that nonsense off for so long. Shit, man, I'm waiting around for them to do a planned DMIC part 2. You know what I'm saying? They got everything set up. They got the right guy in place. They could totally pull it off. I mean, I told you guys the thing that I worry about is that they could dupe, you know, tens of millions of people into taking the next round of jib jabs if they had President Trump give a heartfelt statement or speech. God, I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. If they have Trump give a heartfelt speech to the nation and then take the jib jab live on TV, dude, he could get tens of millions of his supporters to line up and take that shit, right? So I've already thought about it, like the perfect dude's in place that if they wanted to pull that card, the like, go get your jib jab, it's really serious this time card. Of course, Trump's going to be the dude. If Kamala was like, you guys, it's really serious, you're going to need to take this smack-scene, people would be like, fuck you, Kamala. I ain't going to let no damn woman tell me what to do. But if it's Trump and he addresses the nation and he was like, this is very, very serious. This is not like before. This is, I don't want to say twice as deadly as before. We're talking 3, maybe 4 times as deadly as the last pandemic. This is very serious. I'm going to need every American to listen up. We're going to need all of you people to please take this next round of jib jabs and to show you that everything's on the up and up. We're doing this for your safety. I'm personally going to take the jib jab live on TV. This is no joke. This is for real. This is very serious. And I'm doing this because we're going to save millions and millions of people's lives, possibly billions of people's lives. And I want to be the first to do what's right. I'm going to take the jib jab right here live for all of you. And I want you to follow suit. Do what I do. Take after me. All right? I'm looking out for you. I have your best interests at heart. Oh, Jake, he would never do that. He wouldn't do that. Oh, he wouldn't? Doesn't Trump like to compare himself to the king? Right? There's even that conspiracy that Trump is Elvis. Didn't Elvis take a smack scene? Didn't he promote the jib jab at one point? Well, take one for the money, two for the show. Go get your booster, go, Jack, go, but don't you? All right.
Right, and when you played the inauguration, didn't Nelly and Snoop play that too?
Yeah, I believe they did. But remember, I also played Barack Obama's inauguration.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
I didn't vote for him. I played for him at the Kennedy Center. This, that, and the other. I'm like, everybody's just got to calm the fuck down.
Payroll is the sort of business.
You know what I mean?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all's good wherever you.
Played for him at the Kennedy Center. This, that, and the other. I'm like, everybody's just got to calm the fuck down a little bit.
Hey, calm down the fuck a little bit, all right? Everybody just need to calm down. I performed for Obama. All right. I performed for Trump. I'm a fucking sellout. Whoever's got the money is where I'm going to perform. I don't care who it is. Yeah, I hung out with Diddy. I let him rub baby oil on my asshole. I mean, whatever, the time is right, the place is right, so be it. I'm going to perform wherever the money is, all right? Don't have a fucking cow. It's basically what he's saying. Basically what he's saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, yes.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all's good wherever you are. Kid Rock was just on Bill.
Joking about a third term. Get it? Democracy's over.
I haven't heard that.
You haven't heard that? He does it all the time. He does it all the time.
But he likes to joke. I know he's funny as shit.
He's funny as shit, you guys. Trump likes to joke, and he's funny as shit. You guys remember that time Trump was like, I need you to go out, and I need you to go ahead and take the V. I need you to do it for me. Go on, take it. I did it. You should take it. It's wonderful. All right. You need to go out there and take your V. Do it for me. You guys remember when he did that? So hilarious. Funny as shit, that guy. If Trump, when he stops being president, if he was to go on tour and just do stand-up, I would be front row. I mean, because he's so funny. Just such a hilarious guy with all his jokes. You should do it. You should take it. I took it. You should take it. I'd like you to take the jib jab for me. I'd like you to take the booster. Do it for you. Do it for me. Do it for your family. Do it for safety. All right. Guys, funny as shit.
I'm telling you, the guy's hilarious. He's so fun to hang out with.
Yeah, I bet he is fun to hang out with. But you don't think he's serious about that?
No.
And if he was, would that be a break for you? Would anything make you break? If he said, no, I'm going to be against our Constitution, what we've had for many years, you cannot run for a third term. If he said, no, I'm staying, would that break?
Under current circumstances, if things are going along the way they've been going along, yes. If he's like, I'm running for a third term, like, whoa, pump the brakes, man.
Yeah, sure. Kid Rock would tell Trump to pump the brakes. They only lick his taint for 2 terms, you guys. 3? Whoa. Pump the brakes there, Trumpy. All right. We're here to perform at your inauguration and talk about you on social media and lick your taint for a couple terms. But 3 terms? Whoa. Hold on there, Orange Daddy. Back up the truck. Right.
Hold on a second.
So he could lose Kid Rock.
It'd be very tough.
If you got a problem with Trump, you got a problem with me. But if he tries to run for a 3rd term, then hold on for a minute, buddy. I don't know about all that.
Be very, very tough. Very, very tough. I told you before, which is probably going to be shocked to your audience. I don't like Trump.
You
I fucking love Trump.
I know.
But not for a 3rd term, you guys. No, that's a little too much. But he fucking loves him. He thinks he's funny, loves to hang out with him, thinks he's hilarious.
I know you do. And maybe like what Elon says about him, as much as a man can love another man.
Then he's gonna Kid Rock it up and down your block with a bottle of scotch and pops lots of crotch, buys a yacht with the flag, says chillin' the most, and then he's gonna rock that bitch up and down the coast. Give a toast to the sun, drink with the stars, get thrown in the mix and tossed out of bars. That's what Kid Rock's gonna do, y'all.
I mean, that's where you guys need to. This was the epitome of DEI. Like, this was the epitome of DEI blowing up. Because, you know, the NFL was on this DEI and racism, all this stuff. They got Jay-Z in their book and this. And, like, Kendrick Lamar goes out there and basically turns DEI into an IED.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but I do know that Kendrick Lamar sucks donkey nuts. And I watched like a minute of his halftime show, and then I shut that shit off. And then I told everybody in my halftime or in my NFL breakdown video of the Super Bowl, I said that the halftime show sucked donkey dick. And guess what? Apparently, if you're a white guy and you don't like the halftime show, that automatically makes you racist. I had probably 10 different black guys show up, and I knew they were black because I could see their profile picture and their name, and they were black. And they told me I was racist because I didn't like the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. Basically, just because I didn't like it. So apparently, if you're white and you don't like the Kendrick Lamar halftime show, you're racist. Well, if that's the case, then fuck it, I'm racist because that shit sucked, and fuck Kendrick Lamar. I thought it sucked donkey dick. Yeah, I'm a fuddy-duddy, white, crusty, I like classic rock and heavy metal, and I understand that's not going to be every black guy's cup of tea. But at the same time, you can't expect me to think that Kendrick Lamar is good when it fucking sucks donkey dick. So apparently, if you're white and you think Kendrick Lamar sucks a donkey dick, that automatically makes you racist. Well, whatever then. I guess I am.
It's like it's all black people or all people of color speaking to his crowd in the hood, black people. It was like the most non-exclusive or the most exclusive thing ever. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. I'm laughing my ass off.
Yeah, that's just so funny. That's like the funniest thing that you've ever said. Hold on, let me laugh now. Laughing my fucking ass off. That's like overused to the point now where everybody LMFAOs over everything that's not fucking funny. Sick of it. I'm going to say something that's totally not funny at all, and then I'm going to put laugh my fucking ass off after it. Like that one guy earlier who said something about me having flat earth vibes, and then he laughed his fucking ass off. That's about as funny as what Kid Rock just said. Oh, awkward laugh from the crowd, even though it wasn't funny. Yeah, listen to the pause.
The most non-exclusive or the most exclusive thing.
The most non-exclusive, exclusive, non-exclusive,
thing ever. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome, you guys.
I'm laughing my ass off.
And it's funny. It's funny and awesome. Whoa! God, I fucking hate everything. I'm done. I just can't do it, dude. The world is just too fucking stupid. Dude, you're a hater. Kid Rock is awesome and funny. Quit being a hater. That's like 500 million people who will tell me I'm a hater and that he is funny and awesome and that was funny and awesome. And I'm just being a mean hater. I deserve that. If you don't think Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance was good, then you must be white and racist. Thank you. I am. Because I thought it sucked donkey dick. And I also thought Kid Rock thinking it was funny is fucking ridiculous. And Kid Rock is stupid. Nothing that he said was funny. Because I'm a hater. I fucking hate that guy. Makes me a hater. All right. Oh yeah. And I got a haircut. Does it look good? Thank you. All right. Rumford C says right wingers have been reduced to the most lowbrow humor possible by Fox. There's guys who are living here on YouTube just poking fun at the left and like just pandering to that fucking audience, right? It's all the Democrats' fault. It's all Joe Biden's fault. Everything wrong with the world is the evil Democrats. And as long as you like have a channel dedicated to pandering to that specific niche, yeah, man, you can get a ton of views. You know, some of those guys will make their way over to my channel, and so like they'll like somehow click on one of my shorts, and so like the short where I had the prices of the dollar store being higher than $1. There was like 10 different like Trump taint lickers who were like, it's Bidenomics. It's Biden's fault. It's Joe Biden. So it's like these people do exist by the tens of millions. It's not just like this over the top character that I do. That character that I do, the it's Joe Biden's fault character. Yeah, there's like tens of millions of those people who literally think everything's Joe Biden's fault and that Trump's fixing everything. Fucking terrible, dude. Yeah, so I showed, on my short that I made like a week ago, that the prices at the dollar store, you have like $3 items, $5 items at the dollar store. And then there's people in the comments that are like, Bidenomics, Joe Biden. Yeah, yes, Joe Biden personally went to the dollar store and made shit $5. And Trump's personally going to go to the dollar store, make it $1 again. He could use that as one of his reasons why you should vote for him, right? He should use that as on his campaign. People would buy into it. If you vote for me for a third term as your king until I die, I will instantly make everything at the dollar store $1 once again. Oh, well, in that case, let's make him king until he dies. He's going to make dollar store things $1 again. He's got my vote. And they really played up that Joe Biden is old and delusional like card so well that every Trumper like really bought into it hook, line, and sinker. But none of them stop and think like Joe Biden got replaced. It wasn't a real old guy. But no, they don't want to believe that. They'd rather it be an old guy who's got dementia and sniffs kids. Joe Biden's old and has dementia and he sniffs little kids and he ruined this country. And then a guy like me comes along and goes, no, actually, it's a team of actors pretending to be Joe Biden. And in some cases, they use a CGI Joe Biden. I don't know what you're talking about, but he sniffs kids and he done ruined the country. Now, see, they don't want to hear it that he's not a real guy. Because then they can't blame him for ruining the country if they find out he's not a real guy. The real Joe Biden died in Guantanamo Bay back when Trump drained the swamp. Trump done put him in Guantanamo, and he put Hillary and Bill and Tom Hanks in there too. And all of them died. So now you're looking at a fake Hillary. That's the reason why he don't put that woman in jail. It's because that woman already went to jail and already died. That's why they have a fake Hillary now. If you don't keep up on the Q message boards, then you just ain't going to understand. I swear there's probably some Q message board with something about what I just said. And a bunch of people like, that seems to be legit. As you all know, we are in the process of fixing America. I don't know if you heard, but Joe Biden in the last administration, they really they messed things up good. But we're hard at work. We're fixing everything. The last administration, they wasted millions, scratch that, billions and billions of your hard-earned tax-paying dollars. In fact, Elon Musk told me that Joe Biden had a gay Sesame Street parade in Ethiopia. Now, of course, now that I am president, none of that wasteful spending is going to be happening anymore. I just got off the phone with Ethiopia and I told them there will be no more gay Sesame Street pride parades under my watch. They weren't happy. They weren't happy at all. I believe in doing what's right for America, and that is why I personally fired 6,000 IRS employees just earlier today. Rapid fired them. It started slow. I was like, excuse me, Miguel, I have some bad news for you. You're fired. But then, as the day wore along, I had to rapid fire the rest of them. You're fired. 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 Got through all 6,000 firings. Quite frankly, that's the second most people I've ever fired. I don't even want to tell you about the first. That was when my beloved casino shut down, but that's a whole nother story. Let me check and see what videos I have. Oh, yeah, I know what I could show you guys. Let's do a palette cleanser. I'll show you guys my latest short, just in case any of you missed it. It's pretty damn funny. There you go. Gotta watch it at least 3 times. It's only 20 seconds long. All right, I see the laughing emojis coming in strong. I knew you guys would dig it. Yeah, it didn't get that many views. My shorts don't hardly get any views. It used to be that my shorts would get shown to lots of new people and sometimes would randomly get tens of thousands of views, even hundreds of thousands of views. In fact, one of my NFL rigged shorts a couple years ago got almost 2 million views. That's the most I ever got. But now it's like they shut the algorithm off for me and my shorts will only get like 2,000-3,000 views now. And it doesn't matter what I talk about. It's like I've tried different subjects, different things, and now it's like they shut the algorithm off on my shorts to where my shorts hardly get anything. I feel like a video like that should get like fucking 100,000 views, right? From just random people, right? Like Star Wars fans and just random people who like funny things should see that, pass it around. But nope, hardly any views, even though it's funny and I stitched it together in a way where like it made it look like they were actually looking at each other. All right. Scott Goriup says Ralph is derived from the Old English Riedwolf, which means wolf council. Can you put subtitles on Hawking Chewbacca video for us, please? Yeah, I guess I could have them talk, like saying different stuff to each other, right? What would Stephen Hawking and Chewbacca say to each other? You guys have any idea what they would talk about? Do you have to like shave your hair or does it like fall out like a dog? Do you have to like cut it to keep it all that length? Like, how does that work? Actually, yeah, it is like a dog, and it only grows to this certain length, and then it stops growing. And yeah, I shed a lot. My owner, Han Solo, he really hates it because it leaves hair all over the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, is that good? I don't know. I tried. I gave it a go. Right? I mean, what else would they talk about? And thank you once again, Scott Goriup. I appreciate the generous donation. Got another one coming in from Kevin Arnold, my man from the Wonder Years. Says, subs, would love to hear every Mexican song in the world. Just for you, Kevin. Coming right up. Bum 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 boon it boon it boon it boon it boon it boon it rum bum 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 unginayone digalone in riacho in mañana signorito in Mayano and digalone in alo rum bum 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 in signorita come nonna Brianno riaccia in ballano Oriena hone in ayane and ginayone digalo. There you go. Every Mexican song ever written rolled into one. And I don't speak Spanish, which makes it extra impressive for you. Herian Eduardo and Eduardo Miguel and Joseano go to Taco Bell Siriane and then Yariano Digalo. There you go. Every Mexican song ever. You guys want to hear the Chinese national anthem? Ching chong, ching ching chong, lick a dick, lick a ding ding dong. Me Chinese, me play joke, me go pee pee in your coat gong. There you go. Chinese national anthem. I know, it's the best you've ever heard. Better than any Chinese person sings their own national anthem. Pretty embarrassing, China, when an American sings the Chinese national anthem better than you. Right? I bet you everyone in China would think that that's funny. I want to hear everyone in China try and sing the American national anthem, but try and make it funnier than my Chinese national anthem. I don't think they're going to do that, though. They're just going to not sing it. Assholes. Rose Bell says Mexican candy is the worst. I don't know. I don't go to Mexico for my candy. If I want candy, I eat it right here in the good old US of A, where it's filled with poison. I don't want none of that cheap Mexican candy. No, I want that really expensive, poisonous American candy. The good stuff. I actually got some El Salvadorian food. I don't usually do that, but there was it looked like a taco truck, a burrito truck, and I'd never tried it. And I thought, I'll try that taco truck. And then when I got up to it to order, it was an El Salvadorian pupusa truck. So they sell pupusas and not tacos or burritos. So I was like, okay, give me 2 of those pupusas. And you know what? It's pretty good, gotta say. So, yeah, if you ever get a chance to try a pupusa, give it a go. And I'm not even kidding around. I totally ate a pupusa, and then I have another pupusa waiting for me for after the stream. 2 pupusas. This guy says, ew. Whatever, they're good. If you don't think pupusas are good, then you're stupid. Yeah, you people trying to act like you're too good to eat off an El Salvadorian truck. Whatever. You guys probably shove McDonald's in your face. Big disgrace. Somebody better kick your caddy all over the place. Eat it on stream, you big pussy. You want me to eat my pupusa on the stream? I don't know. I'm actually thinking I'll save it because, like, I ate a couple hours ago just before the stream started. And so, in another hour or so after I finish the stream, that's when I'll probably get hungry again. And then I'll want that second pupusa. So I'm going to save it for later. But it's tempting. You almost talked me into it with the big pussy part. Linnet says, is Trump a part of the elite or just a pawn of the elite? Well, a little bit of both, but he's, as far as his actual power, he's a pawn. He doesn't get to make any decisions. He's an actor playing the part of president, but he does get to live the luxurious lifestyle of an elite. So he does get to, fly, on, the presidential fucking airplane, first class airplane, whatever. What do they call it? Air Force One. And he gets to, eat fancy catered meals, by, world renowned chefs and shit like that. So I'm sure that, like, the life he does get to live is that of somebody who is considered elite. But his actual power isn't real, and his actual decision making isn't his. So they do have to have him living the life of luxury so that people who look up to him put him on a pedestal. The same way you have to have your NFL players living in mansions and driving fancy cars, right? You have to have Trump, living the life of luxury so that people look up to him. They think he's big and powerful and elite. Of course, everyone in this country loves me so much. Whenever I walk down the street, I get free, unlimited pupusas. I don't know if you've ever tried this. It's like a cornmeal with meat inside, and it's fried. It's very delicious. I, of course, was thinking of inventing my own line of pupusas. They're called Trumpusas. Very delicious. It's something that's in the works. We're thinking we might even cure hunger, curing world hunger with Trumpusas that we create with Trumptricity. Now, of course, this is going to have to be backed by the digital Trumpala. But these are all things that we have to work on right after we finish cleaning up this mess that Joe Biden has made. Trumpusas. The Trumpussy do. I guess Dana Carvey did a
Musk
impression of Musk, and Musk didn't like it.
All right. Check it out, Doc Mega. Yeah.
Elon Musk does not appear to be a fan of Dana Carvey's impression of him, which was debuted on the most recent episode of Saturday Night Live. On November 9th, the SNL alum, who has been regularly starring as President Joe Biden, showed off his Elon Musk impersonation during the show's cold open, in which he was dressed in the outfit that the Tesla co-founder wore at Donald Trump's controversial Madison Square Garden rally on October 27th. The comedian
All right. It's a little goofy, but I actually like Dana Carvey. That's one of the few corporate world stage comedians that I actually do like, because he actually has some talent, and he actually can get me to smile, make me laugh a little bit. So Dana's one of the few guys who I actually consider to be like, a talent that can actually do an impression that's entertaining. I even think he's played the part of Joe Biden and tricked America at some points. The rest of the cast I don't give a fuck about, but I thought that was kind of funny. There's that hand sign again. The last Trump says Dana can do a hilarious Obama impression. I've seen Dana perform live twice, and as far as his impressions go, outside of myself, he's like the most impressive impression comedian that I've ever seen, outside of me, of course. And so I remember the first time I saw him, I ate a little bit of mushrooms, and he was extra funny that night. And he did several different celebrity voices, but he did Bush Sr. and George W. Bush, and then he went into an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, and just seamlessly transitioned from one voice into the next and one bit to the next. And so that's one of the few comedians that I actually would go pay and watch again. Not many comedians that I'm going to fork my money over, but Dana's one of them that, like, I know if I go watch him, he's going to do some stuff that's going to get me to laugh. He's going to do some impressions that are going to be spot on. Some of his shit's kind of corporate, family friendly, rehearsed stuff that he does over and over. But then there's other times where he does some like made up shit, improv shit. So the good thing about a Dana show is that he doesn't repeat the same show each time. I still like to go back and watch Wayne's World. Wayne's World 1 and 2 were funny movies, and they just capture the essence of the 90s. And so if I was going to go back and watch an old 90s comedy, Wayne's World is still probably one of my go-to comedies. It holds its own still. If you go back and watch the original Wayne's World, it's still a pretty good movie. All right, I guess I could open up the chat. I don't know, we could just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, I guess. I've been on here for 2 hours, so we could go a little longer. I'll just post the link in the chat. Anyone want to come on and talk about whatever? If you want to come on and stick up for Trump and debate with me, now's your chance. Evan says, "Are nukes real?" No. So you go back and watch the old test footage, you'll see that that the nukes are fake. The old test footage. It's basically like they take a bunch of TNT, a bunch of dynamite, and blow up to get that big mushroom cloud. And then you add some Hollywood special effects to it. So then you can like blow up like a model, right? A little miniature model and be like, look, this is what it did to a city. And then you can bomb the shit out of a country like Japan with regular bombs, like thousands of them. And then when they admit defeat, you tell them that they need to tell the story that you did it with 2 bombs. So all you need to do is drop 1,000 bombs on a country, and then when they wave the white flag, you tell them you'll stop bombing them, but they have to say that it was done by 2 big bombs. So then Japan's like, all right, well, as long as you stop bombing us, we'll tell everyone that you did this with 2 bombs. See how that works? So you can get your enemy to go along with the story of nukes. And all you got to do is drop 1,000 bombs on them and then be like, tell everyone that we did this with 2 big nukes. And they'll be like, okay. See? Nukes. Nuke-a-duke-dukes. Blue says that would be funny to move to California. Well, I live in California, and it's a huge state, and there's lots of really nice places. And I would argue that there's more fun things to do in California than most all of the other states. And there's more nice places to go. So, yeah, are there homeless people and commie liberals and all that stuff? Yeah, but there's also really beautiful places that are amazing that the other states don't have. So whenever somebody wants to talk trash about California, I like to ask them what state they live in. And then they'll usually say something like, oh, I live in Missouri or some shit. And I'll be like, yeah, I've been to that state and it sucks a donkey dick compared to my state. See how it's easy to shit on states. So I've been to lots of states and I've found out that there's good things and bad things about all the different states, some more than others. And then each big city has its nice side and shitty side. So when you get out of the cities, things are a lot different than when you're in the city. And then when you're in the city, there's a good side and a bad side, and those can be like night and day. So I've noticed that it really depends on where you're at and how much money you have, depending on the experience you're going to get. I could show you some places in California that blow the doors off of whatever state you live in. And then you'll be like, but the gas is cheaper where I live. And I'll be like, yep, you got me. All right. Coming to the stage first, Holden. What's up, Holden?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, I gotta first of all, I have to say I agree with you. I think out of all the main sheeple, I mean not sheeple, you know what I mean, like all the main comedics, Dana Carvey is definitely one of the best out there. There isn't many left. So I do agree with you on that.
Cool.
So
what else you got?
I actually have a couple impressions for you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. One I know has really irritated you, and now because you finally started talking about him in your last stream, I might as well do it now. because there was a couple things on your backup channel that you missed. So I'm going to do it. Ready?
Who's the impression of?
John.
John from National Sports Entertainment?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, not many people are going to know who that is, but I know who it is. So if you want to do that, just do it. Just do like a minute of it, and then
all right.
the next one.
Okay. All right.
Hi, what's up? This is John from National Sports Entertainment, and I believe in gambling gods, and that's why I lost with the Lions, because Jake copied me, and the gambling gods punished him. They're for me. And also, I love Zach Hubbard. He's a cool guy. I talked about him before. That's my impression of John.
Good job.
And I remember I watched your backup channel, and he just what was that with the gambling gods? That was like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. And then he picked the Lions after you proved, which I actually showed on my channel, you proved that you made your pick the day before him, which you did. And so then he changed his pick, and then he blamed you and the gambling gods.
Yes, that is true. He did blame the gambling gods, and then blamed me for angering the gambling gods, and then the gambling gods smited him. And it was somehow my fault that he made it.
What else do I got? Okay. Oh, I got another guy that used to irritate you. I think I can do a good impression of him.
Who?
He's another idiot. Pat Truthner.
Okay, let's hear it.
What's up, guys? Pat Truthner here. I love meth because it was made by God.
All right.
And I love to lie about Jake, too.
What do you think of that?
Those are pretty impressive. It's pretty good. Now, what about somebody that more people would know? You know, like, because not everybody knows who those guys are. Do you do any impressions of any more popular people that we would know?
Let me think. I'll try Bernie Sanders. How about that?
Bernie Sanders.
I want to take our movement to Wall Street, and we are going to make them pay their fair share, and we are going to have a Medicare for all system, because look at all the Scandinavian countries who are socialist, and we should take their advice and also screw everybody. Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. You know what? That sounded kind of like Bernie. I think you got it semi-close. It's not too bad. I think I heard some Bernie in there. What do you guys think? Is that a good Bernie? This guy says he's good. All right, Rose says bravo. You're doing good. All right, you got any as good as that? You get one more impression, and then I'll go to the next person in line. Well, so give us one more.
I actually have a couple other things to tell you too. That I think there may be some big staged events happening very, very soon. So can I tell you those, or should I do the another impression?
Do another impression.
All right. Okay. Which one do I want to do? How about? Oh God! And I've done this one for you. And remember, the internet crashed on my side. George Gascon. He was the former LA District Attorney, and I think I can do a pretty good
former
one of
LA District Attorney.
He was actually in office as recent as December, so he was just in there a couple months ago.
All right,
Okay.
You guys ready to hear Holden do the former district attorney impression? All right.
Oh no, and
show
there's
us,
facial
show us.
reactions. There's facial reactions too, and I'll do those. So
Oh,
yeah. So well, here's Mr. Hawken doesn't understand the issues that face. We have to do the work, and that means not doing anything because I just sit around and do nothing. And that's how I run my office. And then this is him when his opponent talks. He does this.
all right.
He and I know, looking at everything, we talk about Biden's debate being so bad. Go watch him in his debates and how bad he looks. And he's younger.
Holden Smith, everybody. Give it up for Holden and his impression.
Jake.
Yeah.
One more thing I want to tell you. So, and I said I had something that I think is going to be, even though it's scripted and stuff, this actually could be a very big deal and could change, the way the news is delivered and everything, or at least for the right side. So, you know who the biggest news corporation for the right is, right?
No, who?
Fox.
Oh.
It sounds like the owner, or at least, the stages, the event is, he's in a big legal battle for ownership of the network, with his trust. So when he dies, his kids, who gets to take over. And apparently his son, or at least it's going to be split. So his other son, so there's James and Lachlan, I believe. Apparently I know. But apparently James and the three sisters.
Funny comment, bro. That's hilarious.
Apparently James and the other two sisters are supposedly going to have power, which means it sounds like Fox, at least, in the script, may completely shift over the other side. And this is like the main right-wing source, so that may be gone. So that will be a very interesting,
Fox might go lefty.
Yeah. I think you need to look into the legal battle there. And I know, listen, it's all scripted, and they may be preparing us for that. But I think that's a really interesting, though. Actually, I typed it in the chat when one of your things about Trump and Musk was on Fox. I said, while you have, are watching from there, this is what's going on. You may want to check that out.
All right.
So look up James Murdoch or Rupert Murdoch, trust, or legal battle. I think that's actually going to be a pretty big thing to cover.
All right, I'll check it out. I'm going to get to the next person. Thank you for joining us, Holden. We're going to get to the next guy right now, Dylan Nims.
Hey, what's good?
What's up, dude?
Hey, man, I just want to let you know I've been following you since back when you were Flat Earth asshole. You had Rusty. Just want to let you know that I've been a supporter for a long time. But I also wanted to get into a conversation about what you believe surrounding the Bible. So basically, well, when it comes down to this beast system that we're in, or that's being ushered in, that's basically the prophecy of Revelations, right? So how much validity in that do you think there is, just according to your own opinion?
Well, I think men who create the religions are capable of lying. I think that the men who write the books are capable of lying. I think the religion and the books are there to keep us controlled. But at the same time, I think that they can script their evil acts and their evil plans around what that book says in order to convince the people who do believe in the book that all that shit's coming true, right? So the evil guys who run this world, who can script the news 20 years in advance, 50 years in advance, they can script such things to match loosely what the book says, right? So that someone reading it now can be like, oh my God, we're in the end times. Everything that the Bible says is literally happening. See what I'm saying? But it's the evil motherfuckers who script this shit can make it fit that book. You get what I'm saying?
I think that's the idea of that whole thing.
Whoa. You just disappeared somehow. I don't know if I accidentally did that or not, but go ahead and rejoin and I'll add you back in. I'm not sure if I accidentally clicked that or what. All right, welcome back.
Oh, all right, I'm back. My bad.
No, I don't know what happened.
I pressed back on my phone.
Okay.
But I think that's kind of like the whole thing with it is like, it is all scripted. It's scripture. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is like, we're as far as the Bible goes, like it's honestly the most trustworthy history book there is when it comes down to, when you compare it to any secular history book from any other country or anything like that. It's universally accepted amongst every country, or most countries, I should say. And so like when you think about all these things that are, it's almost like it seems like they're blatantly pushing this script. But I think that's what the case is. It's all by design. You know what I'm saying? So like when you think about morality, like people want to think morality is subjective, but when you think of Jesus Christ, it's basically objective. Everything that Jesus did set the standard for morality, right? So then he was against the Pharisees, the Jews, basically, right? He was saying you guys are doing it the wrong way, like, and he pissed them off, and that's what got him killed, basically, right? And he claimed to be the Son of God. And basically, when it comes down to morality, it's like, it's always that thing, like if you view Jesus as a fairy tale, right? If you view Jesus as a fairy tale, then what other fairy tale character can you line up with Jesus and say this is a better person or a better standard for morality? I haven't found one, right?
Yeah, but see, other religions will point at their book and their gods, and then it becomes, well, who are you to say that your religion and your book is the right one? But that's what every religious person pretty much does, is say that their God and their book is the right one, and the other ones are wrong, and those people are going to go to hell.
Do you know how, like,
for eternity, right? And so that's a kind of a hardcore stance to be like, my religion and my book is 100% truth and awesome, and those other ones are evil and wrong and liars, and anyone who follows that is going to be burned for eternity. It's like, whoa, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, and then you got to look at it from the other person's perspective, you know, the Muslim or the Buddhist or whatever. It's like,
well, that's the thing.
They're going to look at it from their perspective, like, no, my book's right, my God's right, and you're the one who's fucking wrong.
Well,
right?
You know about the discrepancy that Muslims have with Christians, right? Is their own book says that Jesus prophesied Muhammad to come into existence and create Islam, basically, right? So and there is some pretty valid truths to that, right? To where Jesus did prophesy on someone to come in and basically have a whole new, religion come in. And the issue they have, though, is that when, in their Quran, it mentions Jesus, but it doesn't have all the details of Jesus. And it actually tells them to refer to the Gospels, which is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, to actually understand who their true prophet is, right? And then so ultimately Muslims go back to Jesus. And so there is validity with Jesus when it comes to Muslims, and there's validity to Jesus when it comes to Christians, but they have a different, obviously their book, the Quran, doesn't fully explain who Jesus is, except for just the person who prophesied Muhammad coming into existence. And then, so there's, when it comes to Abrahamic religions, such as, Christianity, Muslim, Judaism, when you look at Jews, the issue with Jews and the reason why they're the worst people, like, period, is because they do not believe Jesus to be the Son of God. Half of them, Orthodox, don't believe he was real, right? So Orthodox simply go by what we view as the Old Testament, and which is also the Torah. And so when people are viewing Orthodox Jews, they are still anti-Christ, right? They're still denying Christ. And so they still believe that there's a Messiah coming, but they claim that Jesus was a lie, basically. And then Talmudic Jews, Jews who read the Talmud, and they abide by the Torah and the Talmud, they believe Jesus existed, but he was a liar, and all the they say he's in hell boiling in a pot of excrement, right? And that's what the Jews claim, and the Talmudic Jews claim. But it's like, when you break down why do they hate Jesus so much? They don't deny he existed, but why do they hate him so much? Well, obviously he was claiming to be the Messiah, and then he was also telling them that their sense of morality was all jacked up. And it was, and it is to this day. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, when you think about who Jesus was, he was a real man. Even his enemies, his worst enemies, don't deny he was a real man, right? And then they also are on a complete anti-Christ tirade, in which their morality is twisted. When you read into the Talmud basically says that, if anyone's not a Jew, you could steal, kill, do whatever you want to them. They call them goyim. They call all of us goyim, right? And so it doesn't matter if you're a Christian, atheist, whatever the fuck, you're a goyim to these Jews, right? And then so when you're breaking down their morality, their moral compass, they directly align with who we believe to be Satan. And that's why we call Jews the synagogue of Satan, is because they are anti-Christ. Every single one of them. It doesn't matter if they're Orthodox or Talmudic. They are all anti-Christ. And when you get into the differences of all the different Christian, Muslim, Jew, that's what it all is it's all subjective morality amongst everyone. But it's morality is pretty objective. We all kind of can agree what's right and wrong, right? If you're not a Jew, at least, then we're all going to kind of have a similar right and wrong type of moral compass. So I would just say that, when you think about these religions, because you can even get into, like, these other alternative religions, but they're all acknowledged in the Bible as basically like Hinduism, Buddhists, all these other things. They're the Nephilim. They're what come off of the beliefs from the age of the Nephilim. And so, like, all these Nephilim had different followers, and they formed their own belief systems based on what these Nephilim, what they viewed as gods, told them, or not just the Nephilim, but the actual fallen angels themselves, right? But when it comes down to all of this stuff, it's pretty accurate when you think about all the hidden history, that all these things that, these giant trees that were cut down, all these things. It's like we can see that there is something more to this world, and that actually fits the narrative of the Bible. So I'm going on a tirade to rant,
All right, there's you said a lot, so yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to the next guy. But now you had some people here in chat who are agreeing with a lot of what you said. I personally, I'm not super religious, so like, so I don't really go off on it too much. And then when somebody like you does go off on it, I find myself going,
just start reading.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said a lot, but to me, it's like, but what did you really say? You know what I mean? It's like
I was trying to explain it, just explaining, the main viewpoints of everybody, right? And so, like, what it all comes down to is the Bible is what everything is based on. It doesn't matter if it's the pagan views or it's Jews, Muslims, Christians, all of them can be traced back to the Bible. So,
all right, man, I'm gonna get to the next person. Thanks for coming on, Dylan Nims. Everyone, up next we got World's Prodigy. What's up, dude?
What's up? What's up? How you doing? It's good to talk to you. Thanks for taking me.
What's up, man?
How you doing? I just want to say I appreciate you very much. This is coming from the heart, for real. You're real, and I want to let everyone know on the audience there that he's a man. He's a man. Jake's a man right there. I like to say I'm the man too. I'm the best in the world, but we can share the stage because I'm pretty good at stuff. But this man right here, he's the man. What?
Bro,
I'll tell you what.
No,
you man. Yeah, see? Yeah.
We're both mans.
Hell yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is my bro right here. I know you. I've known you my whole life, but we haven't met. But yeah, I felt the energy as soon as the YouTube algorithm, put you into my tracks. I'll tell you the story. I was following Jaron. This is a true story. Hand to God, I ain't no lying asshole. I tell it the way it is. I'm truth. So, I've been through some rough stuff here. My life's been, kind of hasn't been good, but we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that for sure. I've been dealt the wrong hand, but you know what? We're gonna fix it. We're gonna change it. But anyway, I got so focused on Jaron. I thought he was the truth. And then you show up in my feed, and I watch you. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, he's got the light. That's the one. That's the one. It was meant to be. I'm like.
So when did you stop following Jaron?
Right, as soon as I literally a couple months ago when I your feed came onto my feed, I started watching you and I realized, oh damn, that's the light right here. Yep, so that's when I stopped.
Before he went to Antarctica?
Before, yeah, literally right before. It's like it's meant to be. It's kind of freaky, to be honest with you, because I think God has a plan for us. I think everything goes by that plan. I think it was set up this way intentionally for us to meet, and tonight for us to meet like this is set up intentionally. Intelligently designed for sure, 100%. But yeah, it was right before Antarctica. I'm like, I showed my friends. I'm like, dude, Jared's going to Antarctica. I'm like, I'm gonna find the truth. And then all of a sudden, your stream pops in, and I watch you right before he goes to Antarctica. Whoa, it's God mode talking now. Like, wow. Yeah, it was soon. Yep. Then I find out it's all fake. I'm like, wow. You can't script it any better, for real. Yes.
Yeah, if you
It's real life.
If you scroll back on my channel, I was calling Jaron out. It started back in like 2017 is when I first started calling him out, and then in like
I saw that.
In like 2021, 22, we had this like we went back and forth pretty hardcore, and that's when he challenged me to a penis measuring contest.
Yep.
And when I declined,
I saw all that. Yeah.
When I declined, he tried to file a false restraining order against me.
Yep. Saw it. That's
and so
what
out of all the
people do.
Out of all the people to go to Antarctica, it's the one who was pretending to be the flat earther, right?
Yeah.
The government agent. He's the one who gets picked. And of course, now if you go to his channel, now he's like full on glober, doing a stream, like probably still right now, telling people that the Earth's a globe.
Yeah, you called it. And I've been telling people that, I've been preaching the word out, underground, going on channels and saying stuff, saying he's full of crap. He fooled me. He really did. And I thought I knew everything until, so I appreciate you. It's good. It means a lot. I've I have trouble showing my emotions sometimes, so if I come off goofy, that's just me.
No, it's all good, dude. Some people
I'm a goofball.
People get nervous when they go live. Yeah, so
Yeah, I ain't nervous. I'm just a goofball. So that's just me. I can do impressions too, so that's kind of cool.
You got anything to say before I go on to the next person?
Well, if you don't mind, I want to do an impression.
Okay, who do you got?
I'm gonna do you.
You're gonna do an impression of me.
Exactly. I don't see what people think of.
All right.
I'm gonna do you. It's all out of love. It's all out of love.
Well, hopefully it's better than Eric Dubé's impression of me. But go. Let's hear it.
Okay. I'm just all right. Do your song. The field goals, you lied to me. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You lied to me. All those field goals are real, so real. You lied to me. Yes, I cry. Yes, I cry. Return of the doink. Return of the doink. Return of the doink. Another ball hits the pole. Return of the doink. Return of the doink. Return of the doink. Jake's the man. I'm just doing impressions to get him more subscribers. These we're gonna change the world. Yes, if you like this, donate to him because he is the best. Oh yeah, we can do this. See? Now they love me now. See?
I like the improv verse that you did there about how I'm the best and donate to me and stuff. That's like some extra sauce that you added to the song. People seem to like it. People think it's pretty good. You might have did good.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And want to know the truth? Guess who told me to do this?
Who's
do
that?
Stuff like this. When I got arrested, people in jail told me I should be a comedian. Can you believe that?
You got arrested? Okay, first off, what did you get arrested for?
Well, I've been arrested 7 times. I've been a bad boy.
Okay, well, what time did they tell you? What time was it that you got arrested that they told you that you should be a comedian?
Oh, the guards, the inmates, everybody told me I should be a comedian. And I'm like, really? But I wasn't thinking that. Like, yeah, bro, you should do it. I'm like, all right. I'm like, you're good. I'm like, because everyone told me I sucked. All the people I live with suck. Apparently, they jealous of me or something. I don't know. But yeah, I never got, in jail. Literally, hand to God, people told me this. Like, I made friends in jail. Like when I was in county lockup, I was a comedian. I had convicted felons with stab wounds giving me food. They gave me food to make them laugh, and they played poker with me, and the guards liked me. Yeah, I got through it scot free, easy peasy.
No one
No
tried
joke.
no one tried to bone you in the ass at all, huh? You just made them laugh.
Not at all. Not even close. Not even close. I actually had, believe it or not, this is true story. True story, real quick. There was one inmate that he was apparently he was locked up in the E-pod, which was the bad, like the hole. He was a crip. He called himself a crip. He even got along with me until he started. A crip was getting along with me. And he had the tattoos, the face tattoos, like, yo, Christy, we're Pisces, man. He got along with me too until he started acting. He started banging on the doors, and I didn't have any of this. So I got up and I started pounding on the door. I'm like, dude, be quiet. I ain't taking none of your crap. And then he all of a sudden turned on me and became like you see on TV. And yeah, and they're like, oh, but I don't want to get stabbed or nothing. So he got pretty crazy. Yeah, that guy got pretty crazy on me. So they locked him up and they separated us, and because they didn't want anything to go down. So they protected me because they knew what a dynamic personality I had. Yeah, and I got free lunches. I got extra lunches in jail. Whistleblowing. Yep. The guards and inmates love me so much they stole from me. They brought me Oreos. They brought me they brought me key lime pie. Yep, they stole stuff. Yep.
Key lime pie.
Key lime pie during Christmas. Yep, they had key lime pie at the jail. I was locked up during Christmas, so they brought me key lime pie to say, here, bro, here, have this. I'm like, wow. So yeah, apparently everyone liked me. Inmates, guards, everybody.
All right. I'm gonna get on to the next person, but thanks for
sorry for appreciate it.
World's prodigy, everyone, beloved by the prison inmates the world over. All right. Up next, we got a longtime supporter and donated many times to the channel, OJ and Toothpaste 2.
Jake, what's going on?
Not OJ and Toothpaste 1.
Yeah, number 2. Number 1 was taken for some reason. I don't understand that.
You're not the original OJ and Toothpaste.
I don't understand that with a name like that. You think I would, right?
Someone else beat you to it, but you were the second one in line. So
I was better than them. Anyways, Jake, what's going on, man?
Shit, just streaming.
Hell yeah, man. So do you think the Rig Chiefs trilogy is done? Or will they go back?
I think they'll fall off a little bit the same way that the Patriots had like several years where they fell off and didn't win. So there was like a stretch, I forget how many years, where the Patriots, they were in the mix, but they didn't go to the Super Bowl and didn't win the Super Bowl for this little stretch. So I'm thinking that we'll get a few other teams in and out of the Super Bowl. And then maybe 3-4 seasons down the line, you'll see Mahomes get another ring, maybe 2. So I think he will win another ring, but I think that the NFL realizes that they can't go back to the Chiefs because that'll cause viewers to tune out. I think that the NFL script writers are going to sit around and think of 2 new teams to run with next year to invigorate the fan base. They'll probably try and come up with some new story to captivate people, because this last season they lost viewers and people didn't watch the Super Bowl as much. They can lie and say that it was the most viewed Super Bowl of all time, but they're just lying. Ain't no way that was the most watched Super Bowl. So you got to figure next year, instead of going back to the Chiefs, that maybe they go in a different direction and get 2 fresh new teams in there. Maybe get the Lions in there, maybe get the Bills in there finally. So I'm thinking a squeaky clean white QB being in the Super Bowl next year, representing one of the sides. Sounds about right.
Hey, I agree with you. I think, honestly, I thought the Chiefs are going to three-peat, but I think after the whole Bills game, we know this shit's all rigged. It's all controlled by Vegas, but I think the NFL is like, oh shit, we better not have the Chiefs win, so we're gonna have the Eagles win. Mahomes, you better play the worst game like you did against Tampa. That's just my opinion, because he looks awful.
In my opinion, the money was stacked up mostly on the Chiefs and
I agree with that too.
The websites weren't really reflecting how much money was on the Chiefs. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that should have been a much easier call. It should have been easier to see that most everyone was on the Chiefs. But everything's easier to tell in hindsight. But if you just look at the way he played, it makes me think that they wanted to fleece as many people as possible on not just the Chiefs, but also the player props. So if you would have bet, on Kelsey or any of the Kansas City players to do well, basically you got screwed. So I think part of taking as much money off the table as they could meant having the Chiefs lose, get blown out, and having a lot of their players suck ass, so that they could pocket the money bet on the Chiefs. Anyone who tried to tease the Chiefs, you beat them. Anyone who took the Chiefs +7 or +14 once they were losing, you beat them. Anyone who bet on Mahomes to have a good game, you beat them. Anyone who bet on Kelsey to have a good game, or their running back, Pacheco, or any of them, you take their money. So I think the blowout and having the Chiefs, none of the players do very well, it makes a lot of sense when you just think about it from a money-making standpoint. It totally makes sense. And the fact that a lot of people didn't like the Super Bowl that much, have it be a blowout early, it makes total sense now when you look back that oh yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
This was a Super Bowl where a blowout, we should have saw it coming. The last 3 Super Bowls were close. So we were due for the blowout.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey, so I got 2 questions about that. So for you, in your mindset, do you think the NFL, a night before, tells Mahomes or Hurts, Mahomes, you're going to play like shit tomorrow night. Hurts, you're going to be good. Saquon, I know a bunch of people are going to bet on the over on your rushing yards, but you're going to play like shit, so we can cash in the money. Do you think that's how it goes?
I don't know if it's the day of the Super Bowl or if the whole week before they get together and they're practicing and they know. A part of me thinks they get together and practice and they know, but then there's also maybe that element of surprise where if a shitload of money was to come in the night before or whatever, they can make adjustments or whatever. So I can't say that's part of the business where your guess is as good as mine, when Mahomes finds out. Is it the night before? Is it the day up? But he was smiling. There was a point where he did this frowny face on purpose.
I saw that. I know what you're talking about.
He was or whatever. But then after that, he was smiling. So there was 4 or 5 times where they showed him and he was just shaking his head and smiling. Whatever. All right.
And then I saw Kelsey at the beginning of the game. Man, he looked pissed, man. It looked like Taylor Swift's gonna break up with him after the game.
Well, their relationship's a business relationship.
Yeah, it is.
I said
I know.
if the Chiefs lose, you might see in the offseason them two break up, but it might be a natural coming to an end of their contract. So if the NFL and Taylor Swift's business contract comes to an end, then they break up. You know what I mean? It's just the natural end to the business relationship. So at some point in this offseason, if that relationship ends, that won't surprise me in the least. At some point, she's going to go her separate way and go on about her career and not be tied to the NFL. I don't see them two getting married and being an item for a long time. I feel like the NFL going in a different direction other than Taylor Swift makes better business sense. I feel like their fans would appreciate it more if she wasn't on fucking screen at all this next season. I think that they would get more of their longtime viewers back and do better if they cut ties with her. That's just me thinking about it from a business stance. Like if they hired me to help them to get back on track, I would be like, okay, let's have Taylor Swift and Kelsey break up because the fans are fucking sick of that. So if they were to hire me as a script writer, I would have that relationship end, and I would script two new teams to invigorate the fan bases. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, it wouldn't shock me if they do some of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think want to be the perfect script for Josh Allen here next year. You know, building up the hype. Or I don't think they're going to promote Lamar.
I don't think Lamar Jackson gets a ring, but I feel like Josh Allen, it would be a waste of his career not to give him one. I feel like Josh Allen is in that same category with like a Drew Brees. Like, it would have been a fucking waste if Drew Brees would have never won a single.
Right.
He would have been like Dan Marino #2. So I feel like Josh Allen, like, if you wanted to put Buffalo over and have that feel good story, you can have Buffalo and Josh Allen finally win one. The problem is the public will be on that. So it would be hard to get Buffalo to the Super Bowl and have the public not bet on them. The only way you could get the public to go the other way and bet against Buffalo would be if you had like a team like the Lions in there. I think that would be the only way that a team like Buffalo could pull off the win and have that feel-good story for Josh Allen. They would have to have another babyface team where the money's at, like the Lions. Because if there's not a babyface team like the Lions, then everyone would bet on Josh Allen and the fucking Bills, and then they would have to lose.
Right, because everyone likes an underdog story, and they get their emotions caught up in the betting. I never bet. I have never bet on one game in my whole life. I just stay away from it.
So a feel-good story, you have to have somehow enough money on the other side in order for that to happen. Otherwise, the feel-good story will have too much money on it. And then they'll just pull the fucking rug out from underneath everyone and be like,
that's what I think what they did with the Lions and the Redskins.
You know?
The Lions and the Redskins, I think they did that. You know?
Well, they had to get rid of the Lions at some point, and you got to figure that a shitload of money was on the Lions, through futures bets and them to make it to the Super Bowl and whatnot. So it made sense for them to pull the rug out from underneath them at some point. And the Commanders were the type of team that, like, they tricked everyone, enough people into betting on them against the Eagles. See, since the Commanders upset the Eagles in the regular season, they were the perfect team to upset Detroit, because then you can trick sports bettors into taking the points and the Commanders, and then you have the Eagles squash them by 2 scores, right? So it made sense in hindsight that, like, when you look back, that it was all about pocketing the money. Like, once the playoffs started, it was pretty much all about fading the public at that point. But all right, man, I'm going to get to the next. Anything else you want to say before I get to the next person? I got a guy backstage who's been waiting back there a while.
No, let him go, man. I just want to talk real quick. Jake, I appreciate you, man. Shit, man. Congrats on 80K subs. I've been following you for a couple years, and I always try to jump in on the live streams. Shout out to Rose Bell, Andy, and all the mods. And for you, Jake, like, appreciate you, man. Like, I love it, man. I love it when you go live stream, and look forward to it, dude. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, OJ. I know you're a supporter of the show and have been for a while, and it's nice to meet the person behind the text on the screen. So you know what I mean. Some of you guys, I see the text on the screen, and so to finally like get to talk to you and meet some of you guys, it's awesome. So thanks.
Well, the last time I was on here, I was on a quad cam. There's like 5 of us.
Oh yeah, I pulled up a bunch of people. Yeah.
So, all right, Jake. Well, I appreciate it, bud. Thank you.
Have a good night, man. All right. Next up, we got who's been waiting backstage. Andrew Jordan, been waiting backstage for a while.
Hey, Jake.
What's up?
I couldn't figure out how to get the facial recording going. I don't know what's going on with it.
Oh, well, don't worry about it. So what's up, man?
I just want to talk to you about Bryce Mitchell.
Who's that?
He's a UFC fighter.
Oh, okay.
He came out on the Jackson podcast. Did you hear about that?
Let me go ahead and pull up a picture of him because I don't follow UFC anymore. And so I'll go ahead and pull up a picture of him so that we all know who you're talking about. And then you can go ahead and tell me what's up. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, he came out and said that he would go fishing. He thought Hitler was a good guy, and he'd go fishing with him.
Yeah, that what they do with that is they tie conspiracies and conspiracy theories to different celebrities and athletes. And then what they do is they have someone come out and debunk them or shame them and make them walk back their statements and apologize. So this is no different than when you had Stephen Curry say that he doesn't believe in the moon landing. And then you had, within a day or two, Neil deGrasse Tyson shame him, tell him he's wrong and stupid. And then Steph Curry had to apologize and walk it back. You see? So at some point, you might see this guy say that he was wrong and then walk it back and apologize.
Well, he pretty much destroyed his career with this. I mean, look who owns the UFC, man. All these fucking Jews own this shit, you know? like
I know, but he
would walk it back.
He would know. He would know something like that going into it, and so they have people online who push this lie that the man with the mustache was some wonderful guy. And
yeah, I think he was a good man.
Well, then you didn't look into it far enough.
Well, before he did the meth, right?
Are you talking about the man with the mustache or this fighter?
Both. But that's
because if you look into the man with the mustache, then you find out he wasn't this leader of an army who was trying to fight the dirty New World Order, and he was this wonderful man who failed at fighting the bad guy. I know that's the story that's been told online by the guys who like to blame the evil Jays. And here's the thing. A government agent has told that same story. A guy named Eric Dubé told the story that the man with the mustache is a great guy. But when
but you're not even allowed to really talk about it. Like, you get on ChatGPT and you ask ChatGPT, like, you know, saying something like that, and it won't even freaking talk with you about it. You talk to ChatGPT about space, it'll tell you you're debunked. All, you know.
So what I'm getting at is, if you really dive into it, you'll find out that he was also a pawn in the game, and anyone who reaches the rank of being a leader of an army isn't quite exactly a squeaky clean individual.
Well,
and if you really deep dive into it, then you find out maybe he didn't die when they say he died. and maybe he faked his death and he was part of the evil club and lived out the rest of his life with some of his buddies in South America. And some might even say he went on to become Walt Disney. So there's a whole lot of information and rabbit holes you can go down. And one of the rabbit holes is that he's an awesome guy who was fighting the New World Order. And so I don't fall for any of these I don't go down any of these rabbit holes and take any of these stories as truth, because when at the end of the day, if somebody's the leader of an army, right? They didn't get in that position just by being a squeaky clean, awesome dude who tells the truth.
Well, I agree with you, and sometimes I kind of use this shit to troll people, but
I will say that I don't think that 6 million J's, we'll call it,
100%, man.
I have to be, and we have to be careful about how we say this. So I will say I don't think 6 million J's were extinguished
100%.
the way that they say. I don't
Yeah.
believe that story. In fact, if you were to like do the math on like
people
how long it would take to process that many bodies,
Yeah.
the math doesn't add up at all. And so
Yeah.
like I totally don't buy the story that we were given.
I don't appreciate the constant gaslighting they do to us.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't buy the story that he was the most evil dude ever who
Right.
gassed all them people, but I don't believe the flip side, that he's an awesome dude who tried to fight the bad guys.
100%.
See what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah, I agree with you.
So I've went down that rabbit hole for sure, bro. And like one of the reasons why I don't want to go with the route that he was some good guys, because there's been some government agents who ran with that story.
Shit, they're all up in your channel. You know that.
So,
but yeah.
all right. Anything else you want to bring up?
No, nothing too exciting. But cool talk, Jake.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on. I'm gonna get to the next dude waiting in line. We got Tony Parker.
Oh shoot! Nobody's gonna answer that. What up?
What's
Land
up,
on the
dude?
moon, hey, land on the moon. No, I'm just kidding. No, I found your channel through the Damar Hamlin randomly scroll one day. And I found out, and I started looking at your videos like, oh, he's a flat earther. I'm like, oh shit. And I was one of those flat earthers that was Eddie Bravo type of guy. Like Eddie Bravo's got one of the people that got me into that shit. And then I found you.
Do you still follow Eddie Bravo?
Not as much. Like since COVID, no, Joe Rogan took him off his show, I kind of quit. Like I haven't seen him on Joe Rogan for a minute. Like I used to watch. That's how I found out about him, is through that. I don't watch either of them anymore for real. But that was like 2017 or 18 maybe when I found them. I found your channel like a couple years ago. Like I said, Damar Hamlin, and I was like, oh, he's a flat earther too. I'm like, oh shit, we're on to something.
Yeah, the Hamlin thing, I got a bunch of views on that because I was one of the only channels telling the truth that he fake passed out. The popular conspiracy theory guardrail that they wanted everyone to run with was that he took the jab and died.
Yeah, I was watching
Meanwhile,
that game
I was like the only dude who was like, guys, he just fake passed out. No, Jake, he took the jabba labba ding dong and he died, and then they cloned him.
I did watch that. It was crazy because all the numbers and everything matched up perfectly. And then like it was weird because he came back for that game in the playoffs when he was doing all that stuff. I thought that was real creepy, and you could just feel it. And then they showed him like pulled up in the golf cart or whatever, and he got
He
out.
played like shit in that last game against the Chiefs. I think he played like shit, if I remember correctly. Missed a bunch of tackles.
I mean, it is like you said, WWE.
I know, but he got promoted from the third string up to the first string, and then in all his big moments this year, he would like do something stupid and miss tackles and stuff. So he definitely playing his part. But man, I got a shitload of views on that when I broke down that the Damar Hamlin thing was fake, dude.
I was scrolling like, I said Damar Hamlin. I said, I just clicked on it. And then I was like, man, Jake's the asshole. Let's stick on a couple more videos. Another video I really liked that you did was the toot, 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 pop, 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 toot, 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 toot.
Oh yeah. Doot, for sure.
I like those videos. Those are my favorite videos. Like when you do like little breakdowns, like stuff you see on the news. I like those are my favorite.
In fact, that's a short enough video, and there might be some people here who are confused by what you're talking about. Let me I'll scroll back and put that one on real quick.
That's my favorite. Like I like watching the actual live stream and going back to where you watch the news. Because it does make sense. There ain't nobody in the hallways or nothing like that ever.
So yeah, there was a mass bang, a drill, if you will, and there was this Asian lady who they interviewed for the news, and they asked her to describe, what she saw, and she was describing that she heard gunshots, and the way she described the gunshots with her Asian accent. When I did my impression of the Asian lady, it was such a hit. People liked it so much that I ended up making this parody video called Doot, Doot, Doot. And I'll put it on right now. Here we go. Doot, Doot, Doot.
Listen, paying $14.99 a month for a streaming app and
running ads. Okay, so I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there we go.
No, on the counter, like you do, and then pretty suddenly quiet. That's why I wrap my hand. We go to high on the table.
All right. Now, I also made a second one, and I think the second one might even be even more funny than that one. Let me pull up the second Doot, Doot, Doot. The second one was a short. It's in my shorts section. And the second one, I think, is a slight bit funnier.
Wasn't there another one that had like some skinny dude wrestled this guy off the dude's hands or something like that? You remember that?
Let me show this one, and then you tell me if you've seen this one.
I've seen it all. I promise you I probably have.
I gotta scroll back a ways.
Another funny video that you had is when you're walking on that bridge with the Ukraine flag. This guy's getting paid. You see that? He's getting paid. And she's down there. She says she's not getting paid.
Shit, I'm trying to go back to that video. God, it's like a couple of years ago. All right, I found it. Okay. Took me a while to scroll through. And I want to say thanks to OJ and Toothpaste for the super chat. And he says, thanks for inviting me on the stream. Thanks for coming on, buddy. Thanks for the super chat as well. All right.
Thanks for letting me be on here, by the way.
Stop when he come in, no, on the counter, like you do, and then pretty suddenly quiet. That's why I wrap my hand. We go to high on the table.
Oh shit. No, it wasn't that one. Damn it. It was oh yeah, it was in my video section. Now I know which video it was. It's mystery video. The mystery video. That's what it is. My bad. Hold on.
You want me? Come and get me!
First stop when he come in, no, on the counter, you know, like you do, and then pretty, suddenly quiet.
I'm going to give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry. I'm going.
1, 2, 10. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
All right, there we go. That's
what do you
the
think
second.
the producers when they made that, like they decided to put that one on the news?
Yeah, that's the second one. So I made 2 different parody videos out of that lady. Good times.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you letting me come on here. I was gonna say one last question. Dave Chappelle lives in the same town I live in, right? I live in something called Yellow Spring, and that's where Dave Chappelle lives, right across the like. He's lived here his whole life, and the one thing I just don't know about is that clothes here. Don't know. It is weird.
Oh, I don't think that he's a clone. I think it's a different guy pretending to be Dave Chappelle, and I'm pretty positive about
it. His kids and shit live around here, and like, I don't know, they seem pretty normal, but I just think it's actually his kids are pretty weird, but I just think I don't know. It's one of those ones where I'm like up in the air.
Yeah,
that's
you know, there's lots of celebrities' kids that I don't trust to tell me the whole story. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson got kids. Are they going to tell us the story about what the fuck happened to him? you know what I'm saying?
I'm not asking the kid like, "Hey, it's your dad?" You know what I mean?
You get what I mean? So it's like it's weird to wonder how, you know, if they replace Dave, then what do they do with his wife? What do they do with his kids? It's like, well, they do something because that ain't the same fucking Dave. And it ain't just me. A lot of people notice that ain't the same Dave. Not only did his looks change, not only did his voice change, but the man's style and delivery changed to the point where the man ain't funny. And I just don't think that Dave decided to go to the gym a lot and take steroids, smoke so many cigarettes that it permanently changed his voice, and also he lost his ability to be funny. Like the guy is not funny at all anymore. Like
what do you
that.
think about Gucci Man? You know
What's
who
that?
Gucci Man is? You know
No,
who Gucci Man is?
I've heard the name, but I don't know who that is. Is that like some rapper or something?
One day when you're like, you don't have to do it now, but one day look up Gucci Man, the old one, and look up the new one. And the new one came out of jail he went to jail in 2013. Came out, he was supposed to do a whole bunch of time, and all of a sudden he came out in 2016, skinny as hell, different looking, different raps, different. And yeah, just check it out. And then there's a video of him just like making up a song called "Pick Up the Pieces," where he's smacking all his old albums off the wall, and like he smacks them all off the wall, and then it's like it's kind of creepy. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, they do replace celebrities, and so it started with them replacing Paul McCartney from the Beatles, and then they found that they could pretty much replace anybody, and the public's too stupid to notice.
Right before he went to jail, he was going crazy on Twitter, cussing all the mainstream people out, doing all this, and then I guess he got caught with a gun, and supposedly he was going down the street to do something, but I guess he was like going crazy, like on some like suicidal type shit, and then like put him in jail.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to get to the next homie backstage. Thanks for coming on, Tony Parker. I appreciate it. And yeah, man, there's a bunch of celebrity replacements out there. If they can replace Beyonce and Eminem, then they damn sure can replace Dave Chappelle. All right, getting on to the next one in line. We got Shady Davey D. What's up, bro? Hello? Don't tell me that you're watching me on YouTube and not inside StreamYard. Davey, if you're gonna come on with me, you have to click on the StreamYard link and you have to watch inside of StreamYard.
What's up, bud?
You seem to screw this up every time. Yeah, we just got a frozen Davey D. No sound, no nothing.
What's up, everybody? Thank you, Jake, for having me on. Man, it's an honor and a pleasure. Hello?
Okay, I don't know, man. Your connection must
No,
be
I'm here
bad.
in the studio. Hello?
This happens every time you come on. You're like a minute behind, and it doesn't work. So this is definitely a problem on your end. Yeah, bro, you got to find out how to get a stable connection, and you got to go through the stream link, the StreamYard link. The minute I pump you in, you should be interacting with me seamlessly like the other guys. The fact that you didn't hear me and didn't react to me for like a full minute and then you started to react to me means you're like behind, or like maybe you're still watching me on YouTube and trying to react with me on YouTube while in the StreamYard. Whatever it is, you're doing something wrong. It's not working. Someone asking me to start a Discord server. You know, my time outside of making content, like it's like there's only so much time in the day, and so I just don't know if I'm going to hang out in a Discord. You know, like I always feel like I need to like be working on the next video or figuring out what I'm going to talk about for the next stream. So like yesterday, I was like, okay, I'm going to stream on Friday, but like, what am I going to talk about? So I had to like think last night and all day today, like, what am I even going to stream about? Try and come up with ideas. So it's like I'm always, when I'm not streaming or whatever, I'm always thinking about what video to make or what stream to talk about. So it's like, if I was to like start a Discord or whatever, that's just like extra time that I need to dedicate to it. And so I just don't know how much time I have to hang around in a Discord and chit chat with people when every day I feel like I'm under the gun to make a video or do a stream. You know, like YouTube is to the point where like I feel like if I take a day off, then by the next day, holy shit, I need to get to work and do something. Otherwise, they're gonna like kill my reach and cause like hardly anybody to see my next video. They're gonna like basically bury me if I don't continuously keep making the next video, continuously putting out the next piece of content. So I already feel like all my time that I have is already spent on running this channel. So like any extra channels or side hustles or any extra things, there's just not enough time anymore. So I don't know how much time I can spend on a Discord server. Instead, I feel like I should just spend that time in doing the next stream or video. And one baller says, what is the point of the NFL Combine if it's scripted? It's for the sheep, bro. You got to go through all the motions in order to keep the sheep thinking that it's real. You got to do the combine and the draft and preseason and all that junk in order to like have the final payoff where you get everyone to bet their money on the big game and pull the rug out from underneath them. You got to have them think that all that combine stuff and the draft and training camp, you got to have them think all that's legit. It all goes into the big charade. Imagine the people that like pay to travel to go watch the draft. Like I went to Las Vegas a couple of years ago, and the draft was in Las Vegas, and there were all these guys with their jerseys. And I was like, dude, it's just the fucking draft. Like, it's not even a game. You're going to like pay to fly to Vegas, pay for a hotel, pay for all these meals and gamble away a bunch of money. And then like the main event that you went there for is so you can like listen to a guy's name being read, watch Roger Goodell go up to a podium and read a guy's name. So ridiculous. Like, who the fuck wants to go watch the draft and then cheer for a guy who maybe might not even be that good? Welcome to the stage, RT. What's up, RT?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Oh,
Hey,
not much, dude.
hey, I just want to say you've been right on so many things. It's shocking, but I just called in real quick. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the Rose versus Nachiketa saga, but it is
I called them
hilarious
out for it.
shit.
I
Yeah,
called
yeah,
them out.
I know
Yeah, yeah.
that.
So that was the last time that I talked about him, like on this channel, was when I called him out and all the Rising Earthers. And then I decided that, like, now that the final experiment's kind of, the attention for it's kind of died down, Jaren's getting less and less attention each week. And, you know, it's like, why keep, you know, droning on and on about it? So I kind of,
Yeah.
that's why the last several streams I've moved on and I haven't really been bringing those guys up, but I still go and check and see what they're up to. So just today I checked on Jaren to see like how many people he's getting versus how many he got last week and the week before. Every week he gets less people. So his Jaren's FU stream was getting like a shitload of people when he first got back from Antarctica. He had like 1,000, 1,500 people watching live. Now he's down to only a few hundred people, like 300 people watching live, right? And so Nachiketa and Z, like, you know, like when Jaren first got back, they were all over him. Well, now it's been a couple months, so you can't just keep railing on and on. So I've noticed now, like Nachiketa, he'll just like, oh, David Ewing Jr. Oh, I'm going to talk about David Ewing and the Rising.
But you know that Rose 777, you know, invited Notch back from northern India back to the U.S. and she housed him and they had a falling out and she then attacked his channel. Well, she showed up on Flow State. I don't know if it was the Powder Dusty channel that he has. Anyway, it was just recently, like maybe yesterday, and finally she's coming out, you know, guns a blazing and you know, like Notch is this and you know, after Notch had already, I don't know, you just got, it's just hilarious.
I didn't see all of that, but I saw Notch review some of it. So he just did a stream
but
like the other night.
Well, but this is I think this is even like where Rose is now pointing out Notch, and you just gotta check it out. I'm not doing it justice, and you know, I don't.
Here's my connection that I showed is that Rose was on the Baby Truther show.
Oh yeah, what a disaster that
was one of the worst pieces of shit shows to ever contain the word truth. And so it was Jaren, Rose, Alex Stein, and David Weiss.
Yes.
And that was something that they did on a weekly basis. And at the beginning of the Baby Truther show, there was a song that Jaren would play. Baby Truther show. Baby Truther show. And Rose would do the 666 hand sign in front of her face during that song. And she had this really creepy smile where she would do the 666 hand sign over her eyes and stuff during that song. And so Rose would flash the 666 hand sign on the Baby Truther show while hanging out with Jaren. You get what I mean? And then so she ties back to with Notch. She invites Notch to come live with her from India. That's weird. So for a grown man to want to move to the United States after living in India in the Himalayas, and Rose is the person who takes him in from the Baby Truther show. Yeah, red flags. So that was one of my reasons for having Notch pegged as a shill from the beginning, was that he tied back to Rose. Rose ties back to Baby Truther show, right?
Here's another thing, just straight out of her mouth, which I had no idea. But you know this dude on the internet, Paul Enslaved. I don't know if you know about him, but like
I've heard of
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. Well, she claims that they in that she they the whole 777 crowd invited him on a show with Crow 777 to talk about the whole sovereign sit kind of thing, and then she reposted that exchange on and got like 3 million views or something, and her claim to fame is that she made Paul Enslaved, who has turned out to be just an abomination on anything having to do with truth or, I don't know, civility, whatever you want to call it. But like, it's almost like all roads lead through Rose of fuckery. And what's going on with that?
Bro, every single person tied in with that shill crew on both sides is an irritant. I could like go on and on. So like
yeah.
Notch and Z will get together and do like 4 hours of nothing, basically, where they just talk about what's going on in the flat earth community, talk about what Jaren's been up to, talk about what Will Duffy's been up to, and then they go into their Rising Earth shit. But then they also do this Jerry Springer shit where they have, I don't know if you've seen this, they have these Transformers come on, Brenda and this other.
Yeah.
2 different Transformers who hang around not just streams and Zetetic Warrior streams, and Z will put them on together, and then you'll have 2 Transformers
to battle it out.
Talking, and it's like I'm sitting there like, dude, why is he giving them his platform? Why is he letting them?
It's insane, man.
Take over his platform. And so when I look at like Notch, Z, and then the other side, like some of those people, you know what I mean, and then Banjo and Lowry and Ironworker and Flatzoid, every one of them is an irrelevant fucking loser ass shill twat that doesn't contribute anything good to truth itself, and they're not entertaining, and they're not funny. And so down the line, whenever I go check out any of those people, it's always like, oh my god, they're so annoying.
Like exactly.
It's like they just like they're just wasting everyone's time, and me keeping up on it to see what they're doing, it wastes my time.
A total waste of time. It's just almost like you just happenstance, you click on it and like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, look, dude, I gotta peel off, but thanks for having me on. And like I said, you've been right about so many people and things. So anyway, take care, man.
All right, man, have a good one. Thanks for coming on.
Take care.
So RT was a supporter of Jaren years ago, and this was before Will Duffy showed up, before the Antarctica trip, long before that. So back in like 2021, 22, I actually was exposing that Jaren was a shill, and I spent several months just hammering Jaren over and over again, and hammering the Baby Truther show. And RT was one of the people that defected from Jaren's cult, if you will, and came over and started hanging out over here. Then he went on to start hanging out with Pat Truthner, which is a whole nother story. But now he's back again hanging out over here. So glad to see you, RT. Thanks for coming in, hanging out for a bit. All right. So, hey guys. So right now, let me see how many thumbs up I have. We need to do a thumbs up drive. I see 365 thumbs up. Get me to over 400 thumbs up, you guys. Come on, it's been 3.5 hours of content here that I've pumped out for you. Show me a little appreciation. Get me up over 400 thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Rocky, what's up? What's up, Rock? Can't hear you.
There you go.
There you go.
What's going on? All kinds of crap going on.
You're one of the people I see who bounces around the open panels. And so I've seen you over in Z's open panel, and I've seen you go back and forth with them a little. What do you think of Z's show where he has the Transformers come on and go back and forth?
I think Z's a Transformer. It's going to come out pretty soon.
He does seem a bit feminine. I don't know if he's a woman or not, but he does come off a bit feminine. And the fact that he likes to let Transformers take over his show, it's a bit weird.
Man, I came out with the Transformer thing maybe a year and a half ago. Nobody believed anything. Oh, they're not Transformers. They're now everybody's talking about trans. This guy's a tranny. This guy's a tranny. This guy's a tranny. Shit. You're gonna wake up. They're all trannies.
Well, I don't like to say that word. Instead, I like to say transformer.
Transformer. Because, yeah, I came up with that too.
It's apparently less offensive to YouTube's standards, if you will. So,
yeah, I used to call them Transformers and Decepticons.
But yeah, I wouldn't personally let like a couple of Transformers come on here right now and just take over my stream. But guys like Z and Notch, they'll do that. And they do it, I think they do it on purpose too. And they do it regularly.
It's weird that a lot of these panels I go on, they have these Transformers on them all the time. And it's like, what are you taking advice from these people for? What the hell is wrong with you? Are you an idiot?
And then if you say anything like, are you really going to let these Transformers take over your stream? They'll be like, dude, don't be so insensitive. You don't have to be such a bigot, you know? Don't be a transformophobe.
They'll call you a racist.
Right.
You're racist. Like if you call someone out for being, you know, if you can say gay or whatever, or if you call them out for being like a transformer, they call you racist. That's not racist. My kids used to do that. It's bigotry, or I guess is what it should be called, right?
Well, let me ask you this, because I know how to tell if someone's racist or not. Did you see the halftime performance by Kendrick Lamar?
No, I don't watch football.
Racist! That was going to be the answer no matter what you said.
Yep, everybody's a racist. I got called a racist. I went on the ragging tomato. She said she let me on her panel, but then I was blocked in chat, and I asked her why. I said, well, you said some pretty racist things.
Is that the girl that runs the debates? Is that the same girl that ran the debate between Zach and Jim Bob?
Yeah, Raging Tomato. She kind of looks suspicious too.
I didn't like the way that she like tried to be all like foul mouth like a dude. You know what I mean? She tried to be like one of the dudes, like
I
I'm a
think she is
moderator.
the dude.
Go fuck you and suck on a dick. And you guys shut the fuck up, motherfuckers, and suck a dick, okay? I don't know.
She comes
It's kind of
across
annoying.
as a dude. To me, she kind of comes across like a dude. To me, I don't know. She might be another one of those transforms. I'm telling you, they're all over the place.
In fact, let me maybe I should pull up a few minutes of that debate because it was kind of funny. All right, let me pull up the debate between Zach Hubbard and Jim Bob. I don't know if any of you did you see this, Rocky? The Jim Bob Zach Hubbard debate.
Oh, that Jim Bob, he's getting in a lot. Oh no, I didn't see him.
We'll watch it's long, but we'll watch just a little bit because Jim Bob and him do have some funny moments where they go back and forth, and Jim Bob will be like, explain how gematria matters. And Zach starts, whoa, because 38, 54, the Jesuit Pope. And then Jim Bob will be like, yeah, but that doesn't fucking matter. Explain why it matters. And then Zach will start talking about all these fucking numbers. And he's like, dude, you're just a fucking scammer.
Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, that the owners of the world, the Jesuits, not only influence the volatility, but they determine the volatility and then code it with language and numbers. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Okay, so how is it? Are you a billionaire?
I'm not a billionaire. Jim Bob, I don't make my life about money.
Why are you not a billionaire?
I just said I don't make my life about money.
I didn't ask if that was the case. I said, why aren't you a billionaire? Are you just saying because I don't value money?
I didn't say I don't value money. I don't make my life about money. I don't focus.
He doesn't make his life about money. Yeah, a guy who constantly begs his audience to go join his Patreon and is basically all about the money is sitting here telling you he's not all about the money. And Jim Bob's asking a fair question. Why aren't you a billionaire? You know, if you can predict all these sports games accurately, like Zach claims he can do, he can decode these sports games and he knows who's going to win the majority of the time, but he doesn't show his bet slips. He doesn't prove that he bets on any of these games. And people have been saying for years, hey, Zach, why don't you bet on your own picks? And how come you don't make millions of dollars betting on your own picks? And so Zach wants you to join his Patreon and get his picks, but yet he won't bet on his own picks. So fair question from Jim Bob. Why aren't you a billionaire? Zach's like, oh, I'm not about the money.
If you could,
I would have betted on
dollars because you can accurately predict using gematria, the ciphers. If you can accurately predict Bitcoin's volatile spikes and lows, as well as basketball games, NFL games, and everything else that happens in the world, if you could become a billionaire, would you?
It's not my ambition. And to answer what you're trying to say,
if you could, would you? Is a yes or no question.
I personally don't even invest in crypto because I don't want to invest in digital currency. I see the trap of the system, but people do, and the knowledge has been beneficial. And just for the record, there's a gentleman who learned from me. The year that Bitcoin took off, I put out a very accurate prediction. He saw that. He's created a very successful gematria channel that only focuses on crypto. Again, you can learn the information I'm putting out. Just
Did
like
Gary
you can learn
teach
from a
you?
teacher. Huh?
Did Gary, the numbers guy, teach you everything you know?
No, Gary's a
Yeah,
real
he did.
Gary's
Yeah,
a
he
real
did.
grifter and shill.
No, he taught you. Oh, you know what's so funny about this whole cult is that it's always the other gematria tards that are the grifters and shills, right? But they're saying the same exact rhetoric.
Yes, that's true. According to Zach, all the other gematria tards are the shills, and he's the one real guy.
It don't take you gematria to know that the Eagles was going to win because, you know, Trump represents the eagle and, you know, the Indians, and they're not going to win. Not when Trump's going to go. You know, Eagles had to win. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, Zach got that one wrong. He took that one on the chin. So this was on the heels of Zach getting that Super Bowl pick wrong, and then he did this debate with Jim Bob, and he totally made himself look like a fool. There's like a few moments. It's really long, so we won't sit here and watch all of it. But like, if any of you guys want to go back and watch a funny debate, this I know it says 6 hours long, but
because everybody wants to decode the mark of the beast, and so they gotta figure out the gematria. But see, that's already old history. Gematria, in Hebrew gematria, Nero Caesar was the Antichrist before the tribulation. And so the tribulation's over. The Revelations book is a history book mostly. And they're still trying to figure out gematria and what's the mark of the beast and shit. That's all bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
there is some shit to it. I mean, maybe they talk to themselves in gematria, you know, these satanic forces or whatever. I don't know. Thanks for having me, but I just wanted to pop in.
Any last words you want to say? You want to go ahead and say something before we shut the? Because I am going to shut it off. I've been on here about 4 hours. I'm getting tired. So you'll be the last guest of the night. So any closing words you want to give the audience?
It's all a satanic stage. I mean, it all leads to all the rabbit holes leads to fucking Satan, and this satanic force that is fucking staging everything, trying to make us think that the tribulation and rapture are getting ready to happen. And so, I mean, that's all history. Anyway, check into the Satan's Little Season. There's a movement going on, mostly of young Christians, figured out that they've lied to us about the Bible and the book of Revelations as being all future, when it's mostly history. And we may be in Revelations 20 verses 7 through 9. That's more the timeline we're really in. And the Geneva Bible, it has a page right before Revelations that says that. It says Revelations is over, and there's a page, it's like a commentary on the book of Revelations by people that lived in the 1500s. Said, yeah, Revelations is over. We're, whatever. Anyway, that's all I got to say.
All right, Rocky, thanks for coming on, buddy. Good to see you again, as always. All right, guys, I've been on here about 4 hours, and that's pretty long for me. I usually shut it off after like 3 hours, so we went a little long today. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. We talked about some different stuff. We started out with Elon Musk, and then we talked about Trump, and then it turned into some open panel stuff. But yeah, good stream, good times. I had fun. I hope you guys did too. I'm thinking maybe I'll do another stream Sunday, since there's no football, nothing going on. I'll try and do a daytime stream Sunday. Maybe I'll do one early on in the day so that people in Europe can join. So you guys enjoy your Friday night. Enjoy your Saturday, and I'll possibly catch up with you on Sunday. So until then, y'all take care. Peace out. One love. Much love. Good night.